if you have time. Do you want the house tour? I could take you to the first, second, third floor. And I promise none of this is a metaphor. I just want you to come inside. Baby, what's mine is now yours. The couch is really comfy. Got some chips, ahoy if you're hungry. So love me, love me, love me. I'm just so proud of my design. Do you want the house tour? I could take you to the first, second, third floor. And I promise none of this is a metaphor. I just want you to come inside, but never enter with the back door. House tour, yeah, I spent a little fortune on the rocks floors. We can be a little reckless 'cause it's insured. I'm pleasured to be your hot tour guide. Baby, what's mine is now yours. Come on, babe. Look, baby, if you come outside, if you come outside. My house is on Prentice Avenue. My house was especially built for you. Some say it's a place where your dreams come true. My house could be your house too. So, are you coming in or what?
I wanna hold them like they do in
I didn't think you'd understand me. How could you ever even try? I can't tell you why, but something inside is dancing with fire. Eyes lit like the sky, turn tears into diamonds. Not good at goodbyes. Just know that I will find my way from you, like flowers from a tomb. While you decide who you are, and I can see right through, like shadows on the moon. And it's all bad news. Yeah, I hate that I made you love me. Sorry if I made me type. Yeah, I hate that I made you love me, 'cause I barely tried. Yeah, what's happening now? You studied my crown and borrowed my body. One.
Let's take some calls from the request line. Caller number one.
Hey, man, what's up? This is Dominique from Shady No Trailer Park.
What's up, Dominic?
I want to hear that song from Lil Jon and Petey Pablo.
Alright, I got that coming right up for you. Now, shout out the radio station that gave you what you wanted.
W Boom Boom B, baby.
What you doing from the front? What you doing from the back? Better break it down like that. What you doing from the front? What you doing from the back? Better break it down like that. 24, 34, 46, good and thick, and what you give,
she'll work with. Pretty face and some cute lips. Earring in her tongue and she know what it do. Make a name for herself and she do her shit well and know how to keep a business to herself. Come over anytime, nigga, call chick. 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock, and she right there. And she know why she came here. And she know where her clothes supposed to be. Sniff a little coke, take a little X, smoke a little weed, drink a little bit. I need a girl I can freak with, the way to try shit, and ain't scared of a big dick. Love to get a pussy lick, by another bitch, cause I ain't drunk enough to do that. Shamika, Keisha, Tara, Shonda, Sabrina, Crystal, Duranda, Lisa, Felicia, Tanisha, Siobhan, Monica, Monique, Christina, Yolanda. I need to know a whole lot and can teach me wrong. Need a ding dong, take her tongue and take her the ball. Hold on, he's on, had to do that for her. I'm spoiled. And now I like to work that hard. I like to lay back, relax, and enjoy my time. With my eyes roll back and my toes curl. When you do that, girl. Till it comes time for me to have to give her hers. Tell me what you want. Do you want a missionary with your feet crammed to the headboard? Do you want it from the back with your face in the pillow so you can yell as loud as you want to? On the floor, do you want it on the chair? Do you want it over here? Do you want it over there? Do you want it in your pussy? Do you want it in your ass? Anything you can handle. Shamika, Keisha, Tara, Shonda, Sabrina, Crystal, Duranda, Lisa, Felicia, Tanisha.
Whores in this house, there's some whores in this house, there's some whores in this house, there's some whores in this house.
I said certified free, 7 days a week.
Now I'm the kind of guy who don't believe that chivalry is dead. No. 'Cause I believe a woman should be treated with equal respect. Don't be afraid, don't turn them off the way. I wanna get to know ya. Don't be ashamed, don't say I love to play. Just come and look me over. You have a heart that you've always been looking for. I'm with anybody and so much more.
Little dirty bitch, I love to fuck. Treat me like a slut. Little dirty bitch, I love to fuck. Treat me like a slut. Little dirty bitch, I love to fuck. Treat me like a slut. Little dirty bitch, I love to fuck.
Hold on. Bear with me. This is genius, okay? I feel like you could mix the two songs together somehow. The theme of this song is treat her like a lady. Right? Right?
Don't be afraid, don't be afraid, walk away.
The song is like treat her like a lady. Chivalry is dead. Don't be a freak. And then you have the Kim Petras song saying,
Compliment her all of that.
Little dirty bitch, I love to fuck.
Treat her like a lady.
Little dirty bitch, I love to fuck.
do you see the competing themes? The concept of chivalry being dead and like treat her like a lady. But this lady is asking her to.
Treat me like a slut. Little dirty bitch, I love to fuck.
Anyways, let's take the Fear and Host test real quick. Tell me when will you be mine? Tell me quando we can share a love divine. Please don't make me wait again. When will you say yes to me? Tell me quando you mean happiness to me. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Austin Show broadcast, where we go live when nobody else is. Good evening. I'm going to start off this broadcast like I do every broadcast and saying hello to each and every one of you who are blessing me with your presence in my chat. Hello, Martin Ash 3. Hello, Jenny is pregnant, says you're gay. Okay. Yeah. Scorpio Girl 94, hello. Turtle Cats, hello. Tass, hello. Chili's Unknown, hello. Quadruple 7 Planets, hello. Door to Rat World, hello. Gertie Wordy, hello. Richie, hello. Sea Salt Coconut, hello. Kane Redfist, hello. Cold Clutch, hello. Ginger Snap 2488, hello. Brobot Box, hello. Peepo Kiss, hello. Let's talk to the subscribers real quick. Peepo Kiss, 8 months in a row. Peyton 8742, 2 months in a row. Cringe Chin, 11 months in a row. That's his rent. Pine Tree Mike, 7 minutes ago. Thank you for subscribing. I appreciate it. Welcome to all of the new subscribers. I will make sure that this subscription is a worthwhile investment, because every time somebody subscribes, I'm going to show my tits. And I'm going to jiggle them just like that. For every single subscriber, I'm going to jiggle my tits. Oh, there's one. There we go. There's one. Perfect. All right. There we go. Every subscriber today, I'm going to jiggle my... Okay. There we go. There's another. All right. I'm just kidding. I can't be doing all that. It's not working. What are you, straight? Well, anyways, good evening. Hello. Nice to see you. Nobody gives a fuck about me. Nobody gives a fuck about me. Hello. Nice to see you. I am back from Mexico. I'm back from Mexico. I went to Mexico. I really shouldn't have gone to Mexico, but I did. That's right. I went to Mexico, Puerto Vallarta. That's right. Puerto Vallarta. That's right. That's where all the gays go. Or as some like to call them, fags. That's right. The fags like to go to Puerto Vallarta. That's right. They do their gay thing. All right. Welcome, Digital Anus. Hello. Thank you very much. Welcome aboard. Did I vlog in Mexico? I said one. I did one vlog. I did one vlog. One vlog with Luscious Massacre while we were partying, because we were towards the end of the trip, and then I realized, fuck, I have to vlog. Dan Clancy said he could say that. I don't know. I'll be honest with you. If I got banned for saying the F slur, then God has done his will on my life, right? He's done his will. If I get banned for, like, I said it, and if it became it'd be a great controversy that I could use. Chandron, thank you for the 5 gifted subs. I appreciate you. Thank you. Yay, you Frontino. How you doing? Nice to see you. Nice to see you. Well, anyway, I went to Mexico. I'm back. I filmed a Fear and episode, and I have some Fear and news for you. Okay? I have some Fear and news for you, and it pertains to the one and only Cutie Cinderella. But I won't tell you. I can't tell you right now. You'll have to stick around until I tell you what that is. I have to tell you, but I can't tell you. I can't tell you exactly. You're leaving. Let's go. No, I am not leaving the Fear and podcast. I would like to say, Christian and I went on a vacation to Mexico. All right. And a lot of people had a problem with it. Okay. I even did a clip about it. A lot of people in this community had a problem with it, and we're going to discuss why. I was in Hassan's Discord, okay, Hascord, as some people like to say, and somebody added me, and they said, what the fuck does Austin Show do to earn a vacation? So I talk about it here. All right. Where's the audio? Oh, where's the audio? Look at this. You know, people in this community, they were telling me, they're like, what the fuck do you do to deserve a vacation?
I mean, they're right. They're right.
No, but I said,
disagree.
I told him, I said, this is what Karl Marx was talking about. It's
true.
Okay,
true. He was saying,
support you until
no, he told me.
Karl Marx told
It's true.
me.
Why did these, all of a sudden I put my feet up and they're like, get back to work. You know
No,
what I
I
mean?
think they were more so confused because like your life is a vacation.
Well, no. All of a sudden they're leftists, and then all of a sudden once I take a vacation, they're like, your work was not sufficiently exploited enough to take that vacation. See? I'm telling you, there are leftists out there that become capitalists very quickly, okay? They become so quickly, they turn into a capitalist when they're what they believe is not what they act, right?
We run a cooperative, as in you have full autonomy over your decisions.
And I haven't missed an episode since October. You know what pisses me the fuck off? Can I talk about it? Can I talk about what pisses me the fuck off? Is y'all will watch my podcast, okay? You will watch my podcast. You're watching it right now. You're watching my stream right now. And you will type in the chat or you will comment and you'll say, what do you do for work? Excuse me. It is my podcast. Hold on. Whose podcast do you think it is? It's our podcast, but we own an equal percentage of it. It's a co-op. Okay? It's a co-op. It's a cooperative podcast. It's all our podcast. All right? It's Hassan's podcast. It's Marsha's podcast. It's Cutie's podcast. I own a percentage of the podcast. Kaya doesn't own any of the podcasts. Okay? It is all of our podcasts together, the People's Podcast. It's a co-op, all right? Now, what irritates the fuck out of me is people are like, what do you do for a living? You're watching it. That's what I do, all right? That is what I do for a living, is I'm on the damn podcast. And also, the thing is, I do other things, okay? Just because you don't see them because you're watching Hassan 24/7 doesn't mean I'm not doing other things. You're literally doing this. I don't see Austin doing anything else. What does he do? What else does he do? That's what you're doing. Guys, in the last year, I've hosted for Netflix, AT&T, Progressive Insurance. Okay? I had a deal with Amazon, Fansly, okay? That's in the last year. Netflix, again this year. I do other things, for God's sakes. Okay? I am doing other things, all right? I was at the Grammys. I was at the GLAAD Awards, okay? I'm busy. God forbid I take a vacation once in a while, okay? Eddie Cool 396, thank you very much for subscribing. My point is, you know what I've learned is, first of all, there is nothing easier than being a streamer. That's number one, okay? Nothing easier. I'm not trying to say it's a tough job. I never said that, okay? I never said that. I have always said the hardest job is being a mother. I've always said that. And some say I'm pandering. Some say, Austin, you're pandering. No, I genuinely believe it. I do. Second to that, all right? Second to that, what I've learned is, all right, people don't want to believe that I do anything. You know what I mean? They don't want to believe that I do anything. So even when I do things, people just say, he doesn't do anything. Like, even when I do things, like you guys you don't care. That's what I've learned. You do not care. And that's okay. I've learned that it really doesn't matter. All right? Because despite youth being leftists, okay, you still believe in the 40-hour work week. 9 to 5. And if somebody isn't working 8 hours a day, they're not working sufficiently enough. That's what you believe. Think about it. Think about it. It's true. It's true. It's true. You're all capitalists. You're all capitalists. You're all capitalists. That's what you are. You're stuck in the system. Look, I talked to Karl Marx. You know what he said? He said, take a vacation. And so I did. And you know what? I'm going to say it. Hassan works too much. He works too much. That is not, he needs to take a vacation, right? We need to meet somewhere in the middle. I could work a little bit more and he could work a lot less. Okay? Right? He needs to work a little less. He needs to take care of himself. Right? So anyway, but you guys know I'm being silly. You know what? You know who deserves a vacation? You. Right? You deserve a vacation. But because of America, we don't have those privileges. Unless you're European or you're in Italy and you're taking a 3-hour lunch right now. Right? Right? You're just in Italy taking a 3-hour lunch, eating spaghetti and meatball. That's what you're doing in Italy. I don't know why. This is what they do in Italy. They go from work and it's okay. You relax. You smoke a cigarette. You eat. I don't know why I'm French now.
When the moon hits your eye like
Oh, there is somebody here from Italy. Let me get. Are you smoking a cigarette right now? I'm sorry. That seems racist. Oh, God. Oh, God. It's 3 a.m. in Germany. It is 3 a.m. in Germany. You know what time that is? It is time to party. Ja! Ich liebe Deutschland! You know somebody's out in Berlin right now in full leather, black leather, just fucking living their best German life. Just fucking lights flashing, smoke on the dance floor, getting their dick sucked for some reason. Right? You know? Yeah, is anybody here in Bergheim? All right. Anyway, where were we? I went to Mexico. Okay. I had a great time in Mexico. I went to Puerto Vallarta. Okay. Which is how they pronounce it in Spanish. And I had a good time. I had a gay time. Let's put on a gay song to celebrate. How about Gaga? Yeah. So I had a gay time. It was 95 degrees, 100% humidity the whole time. And I did tell a story on the podcast, but you know what? I've determined that I can tell my stories here and on the podcast, and it doesn't matter because most people don't watch me right here. Does that make sense? So I feel like I can tell you the stories. Okay. I got into a fight with a Mexican stripper. And I can explain, okay? Okay. All right. So here's the deal, okay? I went to a strip club in Mexico. All right. And outside the strip club, there was an ATM. And I needed to get more pesos. Okay. They were charging a door fee of 100 pesos. Okay. So, of course, nobody with me had any pesos. So I pulled out some pesos. And then the ATM ran out of money. Okay. Not my fault. Okay. I took out as many pesos as I could before they said nada más. Okay. So I paid for 4 people at the door. Okay. No problem. All right. I enter the strip club. All right. People are dancing. Right. People are dancing. People are having a good time. Strippers are up dancing their life away. Just having a great time, right? Great time at the strip club. I'm tipping the dancers, right? In fact, I tipped this guy with red underwear, okay? And I put some money in his underwear, and then he called me back, and he made me jerk him off for a second. I was like, this is incredible. What great value at the strip club. And so I did that, and I was like, thank you very much, in Spanish. And every 30 minutes at this strip club, the dancer, they put on like a show, right? And this guy comes out. He comes up from the top of the club, and he starts dancing. He's wearing a biker helmet, and he's wearing like all leather. Immediately, I was like, not my type, right? Not my type. And so I was like, okay, but whatever. I'm just gonna watch. And then he took his helmet off. And I was like, oh, this is a straight man. This is a straight man. I don't know. You know what I mean? Are there any homosexuals here? You just know sometimes. And not all the time, but you just know sometimes. Especially at strip clubs, you just know when it's a straight man. You just know. You just know. I'm sorry. I can't really describe why. You just know. He's a straight man. And I'm like, okay, get your money, but not mine, right? So he starts stripping. He gets out his penis, whatever, like a straight guy. I know how straight guys. I can tell they're straight by the way they take out their penis. I don't know. Straight guys are just like, oh, look at that. You know what I mean? There's no like, it's just, oh, look at me, I'm straight, look at my penis. You know what I mean? I don't really know how to describe it. If you've slept with a straight man, you kind of get it. You know what I mean? They just don't. There's no foreplay. It's not sexy. They think they're really sexy. Nobody else does, And anyway, he gets done with his performance, and nobody in the club is tipping him. Nobody. 0 people in the club, including me and my friends. Nobody is tipping him, right? And for some reason, he came over to me and my group of people in Spanish, and in Spanish, he was saying, why aren't you tipping? Why aren't you tipping? You have to tip. And I said what anybody would say, and that is, no tengo dinero, right? No tengo dinero. And he says, you're lying. And I said, no tengo dinero, right? And he was like, he started yelling at me in Spanish. And I said, I tipped your colleagues. And he's like, ¿Quién? And I didn't know how to say underwear. So I said, roja, la roja. I just said the red because I didn't know. I was like the red underwear guy, right? And then I was like, habla con otras. And he was like really getting in my face, and I was starting to get a little scared. I was like, habla con otras. No tengo dinero, right? No tengo dinero. No tengo más, por favor, And I was like, and I was yelling in the most broken Spanish. Nobody could understand it. I was just angry, pulling out whatever I possibly could think about, right? And so we leave. But you know what the fucked up part about the whole situation was? Do you know who was standing next to me? Who speaks fluent Spanish? Luscious Massacre. And she just let it all fucking happen. She speaks fluent Spanish. She didn't interject once. She let me fight him in broken Spanish the entire time. The entire time, just broken Spanish. Didn't interject. She was there for the tea. She said, figure it out. Anyway. But, so that was the only negative part of Mexico. I have another story that I told on the podcast that you're getting exclusive here. So guys, you know how I pride myself. I pride myself in being the plane guy, right? I'm the plane guy. I'm the plane guru, okay? I know everything about planes. I know where to be. I know when to be. I know what airline to fly. I know what seat to sit in on the plane. I know the flight attendants, the pilots, and the baggage handlers. I know everything from top to bottom, okay? Well, what happened when we left was probably one of the more embarrassing things that's ever happened to me in my entire life. On the morning of our flight, Christian and I booked, or prior to that, we had booked a couple of tickets on Southwest Airlines, okay? Southwest Airlines, because that was the only option. It cost us $2,000 to get home because Memorial Day and Donald J. Trump starting a war in Iran because they cannot have nuclear weapons, even though they never had them to begin with. We're just doing this because of a country called, you know. Anyway, so $2,000, very expensive. So the night before, I was like, oh, our flight's at 3 p.m. I'm going to, I'm planning out the next morning in my head. I'm like, I'm going to wake up. We're going to pack our room up. We stayed at this hotel called The Tryst. It's an all-gay hotel. We had a nice suite. I was like, you know, we're going to pack our bags. It's going to be great. We're going to relax. And then we're going to go have a nice breakfast and enjoy our morning before we take the taxi or Uber to the airport. And then we go to the airport and we leave. So we do that. I pack up the room. It's 11:45. I go downstairs, check out of the hotel, give them our bags. It's 90 degrees. It's beautiful. I'm in shorts and a t-shirt. I'm feeling good. I can't wait for my iced vanilla latte. And we go next door to a little restaurant called Cocos, which is right next door to our hotel. And we sit down for a nice breakfast. The waiter comes over. I order un espresso with vanilla latte, por favor, uno. And I kept saying oat milk, but it sounded like almond milk, and I just gave up. So I said, okay, almond milk it is. Ordered that. Christian ordered his coffee. And then I was like, you know what? Let me check my flight time. And I look at my phone. It's 1:20. The departure time is 1:20. 1:20 p.m. I look at the clock. It's 11:59 a.m. We are 30 minutes from the airport. 30 minutes from the airport, 11:59 a.m. I look at Christian with a blank stare and I say, oh my fucking God, Dios mío, we are going to miss our flight. We are capital F fucked. Even if the car left right at this moment with our bags, we will be late. So I panic. I immediately pay for coffees that weren't even made yet. I rush next door to the hotel. I say, my flight is late. I need my bags now. Can you please call me a cab? Right? They said, yes, sir. And they're on the phone. They're like, all the cabs are booked. The next one can get here in 10 minutes. I was like, not good enough. So I try to call an Uber. Uber's 15 minutes till the next one. Fuck. I'm like, fine, send a cab. They're like, we got one. It'll be here in 5 minutes. Okay? The cab rolls up, skirt, to the front of the hotel. We have all our bags. All of our bags with us. Guess the time. 12:10 p.m. 1 hour and 10 minutes to our flight. We are 30 minutes from the airport. International flight, you have to be there 60 minutes before for the baggage cutoff. So I said it's in God's hands at this point. We need help. We need somebody to help us. So I say, rapido, but safe. I said, rapido. I'm late, all in Spanish, but I didn't know the word safe in Spanish, so I just said safe in English, but the driver didn't speak English, so all he heard was fast, and I'm late. So he didn't hear, seguro, that would have been nice. But I said rapido, but safe, and he didn't hear that part. He did not hear that part. So anyway, so he is driving rapido, okay? Cutting through traffic on cobblestone roads in Puerto Vallarta. He's hauling ass, right? And I don't even know how much this costs, right? So we're rolling, we're going. Immediately, I'm on my phone on the way to the airport. I'm like, I need to find a backup flight, right? Because I'm not going to be able to get it. I'm looking at my phone. All flights in Puerto Vallarta are sold out until Wednesday. It was Monday. For the next 2 days, no more flights out of Puerto Vallarta to the United States. And I mean none. Zero. Zilch. None on Delta, Alaska, United, Southwest. Nothing. Nada. Okay? Because it was Memorial Day weekend. So I'm rushing to the airport. Okay? Here we are. We pull up to the airport. I look at my phone. Chat, it's 12:45. Christian and I have 3 bags to check. Okay? 12:45 p.m. I asked the driver how much. He says 500 pesos. I tip him an additional 500 pesos. I double it, right? But I don't even know if he got us there in time. I just said, this is good. He tried his best. Here's 500 more pesos, right? I tipped the driver an additional amount, okay? I get to the airport. We pull up to Southwest Airlines. I said, mi amor, please help us. This is our last opportunity to get home. It's 12:45. The flight's at 1:20. Boarding is going to stop in 20 minutes. She picked up the phone. She said, let me call my supervisor. She's talking in Spanish. She's shaking her head. I said, fuck. But then she lights up. I said, oh. Then she shakes her head again. I'm like, fuck. She lights up. Goes like that. Hangs up the phone. Takes a deep breath and said, we're going to make an exception for you. We're going to make an exception for you. But she said, you have to get to the plane on time. If you don't make it to the plane on time, you're going to miss your flight. So we immediately check the bags. Christian hands me the American Express because it's in his fucking hands for some reason. What the fuck are you doing with my credit card? I don't know how the fuck he even got it. Hands me my American Express. I swipe the baggage fees and immediately we start running. And I mean running through the Puerto Vallarta airport. Just running. People yelling, correle, correle, correle. We're like in a movie, dodging people, hurdling small babies and families. Where we get to the, we get through security. There's like no line, limited line. So I'm like, this is great. Christian's like, oh my God, my toiletries are in my bag. I go, fuck, throw them away. We'll buy them later. So he had to throw his toiletries away because we could not afford a delay. I said, throw them away. So he threw all his toiletries in the trash, put the bag through. We got our bags. And of course, we were at the farthest fucking gate. So we're running. As we're running, final boarding call for... As we're running, final boarding. Final boarding call. Oh, fuck, I had the soundboard for it. Final boarding call. Southwest Flight 273 with the service to Phoenix. Final boarding call. And we're just running. We're like 5 gates away. Just running, sweating, heaving. Oh my God, we're almost going to make it. And we got to the gate and we were the last people on the plane. There's a serial killer in Puerto Vallarta. You barely escaped? What the fuck? Well, let me finish my story. We get on the plane and we fucking made it. We made it. I want to cover some Fear and related things before we go, because I have grievances. And there was something that came on that I cannot understand. I can understand why people are upset about, and I want to know your thoughts. Yeah, Gringo is fine. I don't know why Automod is, saying this. Okay.
There's a rumor
Okay, so look at this. I want your opinions
going
here.
around. There's a rumor going around that I didn't let him sleep in the day after EDC. First of all, oh boo-hoo. It was 1:30 in the afternoon.
Right.
We had work to do.
What work did you have to do?
We had to go shopping for Puerto Vallarta. What, you think these clothes are going to buy themselves? What the fuck?
You had to wake Christian up to buy you clothes?
Because he's the fashion expert. Everybody has a role.
You are unbelievable.
I sent him with my credit card to the mall.
You didn't go with him! You woke him up and you sent him out!
Wait, that's a twink's dream. He just got a credit card.
No, his dreams are when he's fucking sleeping.
I was doing other things. Dishwasher had to be unloaded. Trash had to be taken out to the curb. I was holding down the home front.
There was a war on turf.
There's a rumor going.
Okay, so some people found it funny, okay? But other people are having a fit. Austin is right. Hassan is right. Austin would be a ruthless dictator if given any amount of power. Okay, this is another comment. I think maybe Austin just might be a bad person. Maybe? Okay, I might be a bad person. Okay, let me put this into perspective, okay? Put this into perspective. My boyfriend, all right, who went to EDC, okay, comes back home, sleeps till 1:30 in the afternoon, okay? I wake him up. You want to know the truth? You want to know the truth? You guys want to know the truth? The truth will set you free, because I'm an entertainer and I roll with things, okay? I knew the truth and will knew the truth, but sometimes for the bit, I will let it happen. But right now, I'm going to stand up for myself. You know what the truth is? I didn't wake him up. I did not wake him up. He woke up on his own while I was at the gym, all right? And I was upset that he slept that late. That's the truth, okay? I was upset that he slept in till 1:30 in the afternoon, all right? I was at the... Do you want Christian to come in here and validate that that's true? I know he will. I'm sure he's waiting with bated breath to come on the stream to tell his side of the story. Christian! What the fuck is he doing? Shit. You're showering? Come in here naked. He's probably in the shower right now, singing some show tune. He's just in the shower, just.
Don't tell me not to live, just sit and putter. Life's candy and the sun's a ball of butter. Don't bring around a cloud to rain on my parade. Don't tell me not to fly, I simply got to. If someone takes a spill, it's me and not you.
It's so him, though. Like, he will just break out into show tunes. Just break out into it. Just break out into show tunes. Anyway, he will verify that. But let me be clear here. Guys, you know what somebody said on TikTok? They said, "May this love never find me." And I responded. They deleted their comment. I said, "May this love never find you." Your boyfriend asks you, gives you a credit card with no limit, sends you to the mall and says, "Can you buy unlimited amounts of clothes for you and I for our vacation to Puerto Vallarta at 1:30 in the afternoon. People are making it appear as if I ripped my boyfriend up at 3 o'clock in the morning after EDC, forced him into the car with a cashier's check, and sent him to TJ Maxx to fucking go shopping. At what point, I'm curious, at what point am I a nice guy? What? At what point do I get any credit for anything? Anyway. Okay, but you did kind of grill him about the cost and then only like maybe one thing he bought. Fuck!
Told you you're allowed to rain on my parade. I'll march my band out. I'll beat my head down.
Fuck!
And if I'm found out, your turn at that, sir.
You were there.
Fake it,
Anyway.
sir. I guess I didn't make it, but whether I'm the wrong.
So, you know what I'm starting to learn is that I'm not serious on camera, but I'm starting to learn that maybe the commenters aren't serious either, but I'm taking them seriously. And all of this anger that I share and resentment towards commenters is a huge misunderstanding. Oh my God. I just had a huge epiphany. That's crazy. That's crazy. That's crazy. What a shocking revelation. Oh my God. I used to think that people need to go outside and touch grass. But maybe the guy that needs to touch grass has been me all along. Oh my gosh. What the fuck? I just had an epiphany. Maybe it's me. I'm the problem. It's me. What? By the way, you guys need to let me know if there's a police chase. All right. We could all touch a little bit more grass. Okay? We could all touch a little bit more grass. Anyway. Well, there was more Fear and stuff that I wanted to talk about. More Fear and stuff. So, Fear and, I do have a couple of, I have two announcements about Fear and, okay? Number one. Fear and is going to New York City. Not Cutie, because Cutie, I don't think Cutie's coming. We're going to invite her, but So we're going to New York City. Fear Ann's going to do a little trip. It won't be the next couple. It'll be like in a couple weeks. I actually have 3 Fear Ann related announcements. 3. All right, 3. All right. Now, the other announcement that I have Fear Ann related is I've been talking a lot about the tour, right? I can't tell you the date, but we are going to have a big tour-related announcement next month, sometime next month. I can't tell you when, but on one of the days next month, we are going to have a huge tour-related announcement.
Are melting away.
Not this Monday. Wait, eventually I'm just going to leak when it is. All right, but I'm not telling you when. Not telling you when. All right? Guys, we're not going to Philadelphia. Okay, I'm sorry. We're not. We're not going to Philadelphia, and we're not going to Brazil. okay? We're not going to Brazil. No, we're not going to Berlin. No, we're not going to those. We're not going there. We're not going to those places. Now, if we're not going to Eugene, Oregon, no, we're not doing that. We're not doing London. No, we're not doing China. We're not doing Chicago. This tour, like I said, will be focused on the West Coast of the United States. So who here is on the West Coast of the United States? Who here? Who here is on the West Coast of the United States? Me? Oh, there's a few of you. All right. Well, if you are on the West Coast, chances are we will be coming to your city. Chances are, if you live in a major city, except San Diego, chances are we are coming to your city. Okay? If you're in San Diego, get on fucking Amtrak and go to LA, okay? Get your ass, get your board shorts and your weed and get on a fucking Amtrak train and go to LA, okay? Okay? Get on your Amtrak and get to Los Angeles. All right? Get there. Hurry up. Hurry up. Starting to learn. Okay, you guys are sending me my own clips of like 5 minutes ago. All right? Going to use New York City for clout and content and not add it to the list? Hold on. Hold the fucking phone. All right? If it were up to me, Fear and would be traveling nationwide. Okay? If it were up to me, we would be in every fucking city across this fucking great nation. Okay? We'd be in Seattle, Portland, Los Angeles, San Diego, Houston, Texas, Dallas, Texas, Boise, Idaho, Dubuque, Iowa, Boston, Massachusetts, New York City, Philadelphia, Miami, Florida, Orlando, Tampa, Jacksonville, Raleigh, North Carolina. Okay? Lincoln, Nebraska, Minneapolis, Minnesota, St. Paul, Minnesota, Green Bay, Wisconsin, Milwaukee, Wisconsin, Fargo, North Dakota. We'd be all over the place. Tallahassee, Nashville, Tennessee, Cincinnati, Ohio, Appalachia, Vancouver, Canada, London, England, Scotland, Salt Lake City, Utah, because the Mormons need some help too. Cairo, Egypt, Beijing. Anyway, but unfortunately, I share a podcast with one of the biggest political influencers of a generation. Blah, 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 blah. Look at me, I'm fucking Hassan Piker. You know? So he's busy, okay? He's fucking busy, all right? And we can't travel all the time because he's busy fucking traveling, doing political things. I don't know, trying to change the country or whatever. Austin, Brazil loves you. We have twinks in Brazil. What do you guys think that I am? What do you guys think that I'm just going to be like, twink? Okay. Like I'm going to be like Fred Flintstone. And I'm just going to go, yabba dabba doo. And here I go to Brazil. What do you think, guys? What do you think? You guys really think that I'm that horny? You really think that I'm that horny that I'm just going to go, oh, there's twinks there? Here I go. All right? Like, come on. Come on. But DM me on Instagram. Let me know. I'm just kidding. Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that. But I will be coming to Brazil because the men are gorgeous. I've heard. Okay? I've heard about them. They're gorgeous. Whew. I mean, absolutely gorgeous. Brazil is definitely on. Okay, no, I don't travel because the men are gorgeous. You know what? There's beautiful people everywhere. Okay, I do not do sex tourism or whatever the fuck they call it. All right. Don't do any of that. It's very problematic. It's very problematic. Okay? Do not do that. Am I digging a hole? Ah, fuck. God damn it. God damn it. No, the most beautiful men are in Brazil, and they love you, Austin. They love you. You just jerked off a stripper in PV? Yeah, I did. You know? And you would too, right? You would too. You know, like, come on. So what? I jerked off a stripper in Puerto Vallarta. Who cares? You know? You would? You would? Ew? What are you, anti-sex work? I didn't mean to. I didn't actually finish him. It was a stripper. He grabbed my hand and he told me to do it. So I said, okay, fine. It was just, I tipped him and he grabbed my hand. This is what happened. Is that legal? Brother. Okay. That is the most Nebraska ass chatter. Is it legal? Is it legal? What are you, a narc? Is it against the law? What the fuck? I tipped him, and I didn't like he just took my hand and put it on his penis for a second. I didn't actually jerk off a stripper. It was a strip club, for God's sake. Oh my God. You guys need to go live a little. Go live a little. Move subjects? Okay. I guess so. Stop talking. You know what? My God complex. Let's look at you for a second. We're going to talk to you. Sex tourism. Bro, that's so bad. Where do you live? What the fuck are you? What the fuck? What the fuck is... I'm going to put you up on the big screen. Let's put you up here. Where the fuck do you live where this... Do you live in a flyover state? What is going on? Tell me you live in... Where are you from? Why are people so uptight? New York... You're from New York! And you're acting like this? How old are you? Girl, I didn't come out till I was 20. Me too? Oh, you're gay. You're gay and you're from New York and you're acting like this? What? What? You're gay and you're from New York and you're acting like this. What?
I want to be part of it.
Come on.
New York.
Bro, I didn't actually mean it just content. Okay. All right, you're forgiven. I also didn't come out till I was 25. I didn't come out till I was 25. And you know what a commenter said? You know what Let me watch this. Let me watch this clip that I saw on Will Neff's YouTube, okay? Let me put this up here real quick. Let's see, shorts. Look what he said. Oh, here we go.
Real talk. When in life do you realize...
Hello?
Real talk.
Okay, hold on.
Real...
Okay, here. This is a clip. Ready?
In your house. Will, we can't in your house. That's the reality. I love you, but I'm not going to bring random strangers over to your house.
Do you have to have a three-way every weekend? Can't we just maybe?
Yes, there's nothing up here in Oregon. Are you kidding me?
I mean, we could go to dinner.
Well, we could do that if I stay elsewhere.
We could have a nice dinner.
Will, I was in the closet till I was 25 years old. There's a lot of I still have to get out of my system.
Yeah. Okay.
Will, we can't in your house.
Okay. Now, some people didn't take too lightly. They didn't like this. They didn't like that. Okay, can I be honest? Can I be honest with you guys? It actually doesn't have as much to do with having threesomes. Okay, because we actually, Christian and I, we don't do a lot of that. Okay, we don't. We're very selective, and we don't do that all the time, right? We don't do that. Okay. First of all, I don't have to justify it to anybody, right? I don't have to justify it to anybody. I can do what I want. We can do what we want, right? I don't have to justify it to anybody. Number one. Number two, I don't like staying in other people's houses that much, right? I don't. Because even if the reason I don't like to stay in other people's houses, because, well, I stay in Hassan's all the time because it's like I'm staying in a hotel because he doesn't talk to me most of the time. I'm kidding. He talks. He's very friendly. Hassan's very friendly. I actually have very good moments with him. I do. No. Will is a fantastic host. Okay. Will's a fantastic host. Hassan is a great host too. I'm not going to shit on Hassan. He lets me stay at his house all the time. He's a great host. You know what makes us, Hassan and Will are different types of hosts. All right. Will is what can we do? We're going to do stuff together host, right? We're going to watch TV together. We're going to do this together. We're going to eat together. I'm going to take you to coffee. I'm going to take you on a walk, right? Will's going to do it all, right? Hassan is just whatever you want in the fridge, and I know where everything is, and just make yourself at home, right? Which is great. It's great. But both are great. Both are great. But let me tell you something. When you are staying in somebody else's house, it has nothing to do with them. It has nothing to do with them. It has nothing to do with Will. It has nothing to do with Hassan. I feel like a burden in somebody else's home. And when I'm in somebody else's home, I have to treat it with respect. Obviously, I refuse to do it any other way. So that's pressure. When I'm at a hotel, I can fucking fling my clothes off, get naked, spread eagle on the bed, fucking just eat in bed, lay out a towel, jerk off all I want. Not the last part. That's a joke. I don't do that. But you know what I mean? Everybody, come on. Y'all know you jerk off in hotel rooms. The moment you get into a hotel room, it is like, it's on, right? You're like, I'm ready for it. I don't know. You don't do that? You don't do that? Ew, no? Shut the fuck up. Some of you are typing no while you're jerking off at this moment. I know you are. You guys are such... Is that legal? Guys. What the fuck? Are you guys... Am I the only one? What do you mean is that legal? I'm sorry, Austin. I have caused this permissible onslaught. Oh, you're a lady. Oh, there's women in here. Fuck, I forgot. Press F if you're a female. Press M if you're a male. And press NB if you're non-binary. Okay, there's a lot of women in here. Oh my gosh. Oh, there's a lot of women in here. Okay. Okay, first of all, ladies, I love you. I love women. Actually, some people are saying that I'm probably the most pro-female streamer of all time. I don't even sleep with you. That's how pro-woman I am. Because you know what? Every time you sleep with a man, it's a disappointment. It's a complete disappointment, utter disappointment. I don't do it. Why would I sleep with you? It'd be a total and utter disgrace and disappointment for you. I don't even do that. That's how pro-woman I am, okay? Right? And I love your boobs, but it's not a sexual thing for me. They are beautiful, they are natural, and they are, above all, perfect on you. You look amazing today. Has anybody ever told you that? Do it, lady. Yours are fake. That's okay too. They're real to me. Somebody said in the chat, I feel violated. Okay, I'm sorry. Shut up. Is that a good thing to say to a woman? My tits are fake. They're real to me. They're real to me. What about non-binary boobs? Fuck yeah. Fuck yeah. Those are, dare I say, my favorite. I don't know. No, I love them all equally. Man boobs, female boobs, non-binary boobs, boobs. All right, I love them. Love them all. I'll show you my tits anytime. I've actually had fans. Back in the day, I had women, like I had this girl come up to me with her boyfriend, and she's like, can you sign my tits? This was at a TwitchCon. And so I did. I don't know. What else am I supposed to say? So I did. I would sign. If somebody asked me to sign their boobs, I'll do it. Why not? Fuck it. You know what I mean? It was such an honor. Oh my God, I'm on mobile. Oh God, what a realization. Fuck! I'm on mobile! Yes, boobs are, I take it in all shapes and sizes. My point is, I don't like staying in other people's houses because I feel like a burden. So I want to stay in hotels because it just, I like my privacy. I like my space. But I love staying with Will. I love staying with Will. Will is a true gentleman. But I think also I want to be near the gay bars, and he's not as close. So I'm like, you know, I want to be near the gay bars. Are you ever scared hotels aren't clean? No! Oh, I just dropped my fork that had spaghetti sauce on it on my white sweatpants. Oh, no. Oh. Wait, what's that? It's another fucking stain. Oh, shit. It matches the coffee stain. Don't rub it in. Ah, fuck. Don't rub, dumbass. Who the fuck do you think you are? Shrek for life. Shrek for life. Shrek for life. Anyway, I got upset at a commenter. All right. And somebody said to me, I gotta say, as a gay guy who still is in the closet at 25, Austin's excuse is starting to get a bit old. First of all, let me say something. I don't need a fucking excuse to live my fucking life the way I want to fucking live my life. I don't need an excuse. And I don't know why there's like this like constituency on the internet that is like trying to regulate how much sex people have. You know what I mean? Like they are trying to be like, oh, they have so much sex. That's a bad thing. Who gives a fuck? Who gives a fuck? Just because you can't get laid doesn't mean that you should start regulating everybody else. You know? Who cares? And if you don't want to, that's perfectly fine too. You know? You know what I'm talking about? It's like it's this weird like group who's like woke, but also like anti-sex and anti like pure. They're like purists. It's so fucking strange. You know what I mean? It's so fucking strange. I don't get it. It's so weird. You know what I've also learned is like, God, there's always like, you know what I see on the internet? Always see like a hot guy, right? Really hot guy, you know, to me, hot guy. And then there'll be like a hate comment or a hate quote tweet with thousands of likes being like, I don't fucking know what anybody sees in this guy. He's so basic and ugly. Okay. That's your opinion, I guess. You know, looks are subjective. Who cares? Yes. Like looks are subjective. People have different tastes and types and they can't help it. Or when somebody's like, their type is so basic. That's just what they like, and that's okay. Not everybody has a sophisticated type in your eyes. You know what I mean? It's the most insane thing. People be like, that type is so basic. Anyway. But yeah. M Case, hello. Nice to see you. It's the Lexapro. Oh. I've been killing it as the funny guy on the Fear and podcast. I prefer 2 legs in a hole. Well, I mean, you should probably put a few more, you know. Did you leak Fear and tour dates? I just got here. I haven't leaked them yet. I have not leaked them yet. Cut or uncut? Well, anyway, we're going to get to that. I want to go over more clips. I realize this stream has just been me getting upset at comments. That's the whole fucking thing. I have the top comment on the latest Fear and I'm very proud you should see it. Okay, let's take a look. Cut or uncut? What do you guys think? Let's see. Fear and we're moving to New York. Top comment says, are you this one? I can't believe these 3 misogynists. Okay, by the way, there has been a group of people calling themselves the chauvinists, as in SHOW, vinist, okay? I just want to let you know that those people do not represent me and my community, all right? I don't want you to call yourself a chauvinist. That is not my fandom, all right? I have nothing to do with it. I have no association with it. All right? All right? No association. Are you kidding me? What do you mean, Richie? Where's your comment? Where's your comment? Oh, there you are, Richie, right below. Imagine Fox News outside Austin's house and they see Austin creep in a Speedo and a fresh tan. I saw the Fox News article, okay, about Hassan. All right. I saw it about the subpoena. Okay. I saw it. And I'm going to show you it right now. Hold on. Where is it? Where's the article? Anyway, I have decided that I'm going to start walking Kaya in an effort to get on Fox News. Okay? I'm going to start walking Kaya. That's what I'm going to do. But, you know, I think that could be great. I will be taking a look around, though. I was at his house that day. I don't know why I didn't get fucking caught up in the camera. Nobody took a photo of me. Yeah, I don't know. Fox News is fucking psycho. They're fucking psychotic. Like they're hiring people from the internet, like shit posters from the internet, right? Like shit posters. They're fucking nuts. They're fucking nuts. You know? They're fucking insane. The first conservative cruise, gay cruise, was embarrassing as you think. Oh my God, there was a conservative gay cruise? No fucking way. That's awesome. Of course it was a disaster. Of course it was a fucking disaster. Oh God, that's crazy. Ugh. Fucking insane. Okay. What is this? So I also saw this. I think there's more. I want to cover more Fear Ann before. I do this on stream a lot where I'm like, try to figure out what I want to say and do. And I always get lost. Have we covered enough Fear Ann, or is there more? I mean, one more thing. Well, this is a good bit from
spray
last
tan.
podcast.
What you have to do is you get the spray, and then you got to marinate for a few hours, and then you wash it off. Hassan, I do have a confession to make.
What is it?
Marsh, I sent you a photo.
Oh my God.
Hassan, I'm so sorry.
It looks like someone with botulism rolled around on there.
I'm never letting you stay at my f***ing house again.
There's also more.
What? What else did you spray paint in my house, Austin?
Also, there's more, and I'm so sorry.
I got your ass. I didn't fucking. I didn't roll around on anything. You really think I would waste a tan on sitting on a white pillowcase? I didn't do any of that.
You paid someone
tan
in a photo to deceive us?
Yes.
This once again shows how believable this is. Because if anyone else did it, we'd be like, yeah, okay, come on.
When you have a spray tan, what you have to do is you get the spray.
I think I'm going to prank them more. Because I think that I think I can get away with it. Stare AI. You think I used AI? I hired somebody to make that. Okay? They may have used AI, but I hired them. So I don't know what they did or what they used, but I certainly did my best to pay somebody for their labor. So as far as I'm aware, they didn't use it. They edited it themselves. Did you really get a tan? I did. Did you not see my tan? Guys, look. Oh, fuck. Did you guys not see my tan? I put it on the... There we go. It's on here. Look.
Hassan, I do have a confession to make.
What is it?
Marsh, I sent you a photo.
No. This can't be.
It's the worst day of my fucking life.
We're 5 minutes in. Oh my God.
Did I not show it? I thought I... Hold on. I thought I did.
When you have a spray tan...
Hold on. What the fuck? I don't know where it was. It is so hot in here. Oh, here's another topic I need to talk about. Marat and Hassan, Austin show. This is really starting to piss me off. This is really starting to piss me off.
I feel really bad when I collect that $10,000.
Wait. Hold on. No, you, what the fuck? I didn't agree to this.
Yes, you did.
No.
We were all there.
Let me be very clear. Let me be very clear. The argument that I set forth. The stewardess comes over the intercom. Ladies and gentlemen, we have had a tragedy. Both pilots have died in a self-sucking accident. Between Marat and I, at this moment, I would be more qualified to fly that 737. Now, I offered him to go to the simulator, but he won't do it.
This'll do it.
All right, can I call him?
Yeah.
We're putting this to bed. Is he flying?
You might.
Marat!
He's in a plane!
Marat, can you hear me?
He's flying a plane.
You're flying right now?
Yes.
Well, this kind of Austin.
I'm gonna feel really bad.
Okay, guys, you guys have to understand what the bet is, all right? At this moment in time, Marat is trained on a GA plane, all right? General Aviation, Cessna, whatever. I have experience in a 737. At this moment, if we went into that 737, I would be the one who would be able to successfully operate it, okay? He would not. I guarantee you, all right? Okay, the 737 sim is a 1-to-1 to the real thing. I'm not saying I'm a better pilot. You guys are I can't understand. Okay. Andy Milonakis. Okay. I need you to understand what I'm trying to say here. All right. Listen, you guys need to understand what I'm trying to say. I don't doubt Marat is a better pilot than I am because he's a real one. But when it comes to a 737 or commercial jet, I have more lived experience learning how to fly that type of plane, which is far different than what Marat flies, okay? And I would be able to navigate those situations better. Do you understand? I told Marat I would do it today. I would do it today. I called him, okay? And he agreed to it, but we're probably going to do it in late July. That's what he said. We're going to do it in late July. You know what I mean? The goalposts are in the bleachers? Are you fucking crazy? I am not moving the goalposts. I'm going to call my pilot friend. I'm going to call my pilot friend right now. Hold on. I'm going to call my pilot friend. Fuck. I'm fucking reacting to my own text in the Fearan group chat. Who reacted? Was it me? They're all fucking typing in the group chat. I'm going to call my pilot friend. All right. I'm going to call him right now. He doesn't know I'm on stream. I got to mute because I need to tell him I'm on stream. Wait, where are you?
I'm playing Siege.
Okay, all right, but I'm on stream right now. I have to ask you a very important question. Call me back.
Oh shit. Okay, all right,
bye. All right, okay, he's playing Siege, whatever the fuck that is. All right, so I'm going to prove myself here, all right? I'm going to prove it. All right? I'm going to prove it. All right. I will. He's going to call back.
When I collect that $10,000.
Wait. Hold on.
So who do you guys think is going to win now that I've told you? Who do you think is going to win? Me or Marat? You want me to call Mike? Mike from PA? I'll call Mike right now. I will call Mike. Mike from PA. Because Mike's a pilot. Mike's a pilot. Mike, you're on my stream. You're on my stream, Mike.
What's up, brother?
Mike, you're on my stream. I have a question for you.
Okay. I don't have a ton of time.
You don't have a ton of time. I know. Mike, the question is, okay? The question is, between Marat and I, who do you think would be able to successfully land a 737 more successfully?
You know, with piloting, there's something called stick and rudder skills.
Yes.
Right? And the ability to coordinate.
Yeah.
And so you can have all the facts and figures in your head,
Yes.
but if you just don't have it,
Yeah.
you're gonna turn into a crater. You know, it's
Yeah.
it's like reading about throwing a fastball versus throwing a fastball.
Okay.
You know, there's nothing wrong with having the knowledge, but you have to be able to grab the yoke
Yes.
and guide it in. You know.
Okay,
You know
but
what I'm saying?
hold on, but you know I have 30 hours of stick and rudder experience in the sim already.
Well, then, yeah. Well, that's what I'm kind of saying.
Oh.
Unless he's got some similar experience, there's no fucking chance he would do better.
I knew it. Thank you. All right, Mike, that's all I needed.
You're welcome. You're welcome.
Thank you.
Central _ committee on Twitch.tv.
Yeah, that's right. Central Committee. He's live every morning before anybody's awake. Okay. All right.
It's 10 a.m. Eastern.
10 a.m. Eastern, 7 a.m. Pacific.
Way about streamers.
All right, hold on. Another pilot's calling me. All right. Bye. John.
Yeah.
You're on my stream right now, okay?
All right, what's up?
Okay, so John, first of all, can you, without telling your full identity, can you tell everybody your qualifications as a pilot?
Yeah, so I'm a airline transport pilot, airplane multi-engine land with a CL65 type rating. So that's a equivalent to Challenger 650. Also, the CRJ is the same type rating. So CRJ 200, 550, 700, 900.
Okay, and you just completed your training?
I did. I just completed the training.
Okay, now I'm going to give you a scenario, okay?
Okay. All right.
So I have a friend who he's got his PPL and his twin engine, and I think he's got his IFR, whatever that is.
Instrument, yeah.
Yeah, instrument, yeah. So he and I have a challenge, okay? The challenge is we are going to go to the 737 simulator, one that I have flown, and we are going to determine who is better equipped to fly a 737, a pilot with a multi-engine, all his qualifications, or me, a flight simulator pilot that has flown in Microsoft Flight Simulator and also the training simulator for 20 to 30 hours. Who would your money be on?
Probably, well, all right, so it's a 737 sim.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd say like probably procedurally and in terms of like automation and, you know, the flight management system and all of that, I'd say 100% my money's on you.
Right.
Stick and rudder skills. Honestly, the thing is, like, a prop airplane is nothing like a jet, you know? And has he done any flight sim or anything at all?
No.
Or any jet flying or?
No, none.
None. Okay. Okay. Yeah. Honestly, I'd probably say like, yeah, you're probably gonna nail it. You're gonna probably knock it out of the park. I don't know, man. I mean, that's just kind of knowing what I know from you and everything. I mean, we never flown in the real world or anything, but you know, I'd say, yeah, I'd probably put down at least $500.
Okay.
If I was in Vegas right now.
All right. There you go.
So.
And John, thank you so much. I knew you would say the right thing because it's true. It's just the truth, right? It's just the truth. Okay, John, I'm going to text.
Like if you lost an engine or something like that, I don't know what's going to happen.
Well, I don't know if now I can handle an engine failure. I've handled it.
All right. Okay.
So, okay. All right, John. Thank you very much.
Hey, you're inviting me to go too, right?
Yeah, but you'll clear us. You actually fly jets. That's bullshit. I actually wonder.
I'm talking about, like, tell you what, let's do this because, like, the way we do the evaluations in the airline world, even though like one person's being evaluated,
Yeah.
you also have somebody sitting in the other seat as what we call a seat sub, okay?
Okay.
So that person doesn't have any effect on whether you pass or not.
Okay.
But he's just there in terms of crew resource management
Yeah.
and just the fact that the aircraft requires 2 people
Uh-huh.
to be up there. You know what I
Sure.
mean?
Sure.
So like I'll do my stuff, if you will, like as the captain or you're as the first officer or whatever, or we switch seats, it doesn't matter.
Uh-huh.
That doesn't matter. But in terms of like, you know, doing flows and everything, like I do my thing, you do your thing, and then like you fly the airplane. You know what I mean? And I'm just like there.
You
to,
could
like,
be
help
you
out.
could be the judge without sitting in the plane. Like you could judge us on who. I mean, but
Okay,
they.
all right, yeah. So yeah.
You could just judge us. Okay, we'll talk about it.
All right, yeah. Let me know. Dude.
All right, give it up for John, everybody. Give it up for John. All right, thanks, John.
Thank you, Ed.
Peace.
All right, we'll see you, Austin.
Yeah, see ya.
Have a good
Okay, I want to share some context about John and I. Okay, I have known John since 2006. Okay, John and I met on a flight simulator server in 2006. We were both 12 and 13 years old. Okay, I met him in 2008. It was the only time I've ever met him when I went on an East Coast trip. His mom brought him out in Washington, D.C., because he lived in Virginia, and met me. Now, the cool thing about John, this cool story about John, and I hope he doesn't mind me telling this, John has cystic fibrosis, okay? And in 2008, he always dreamed of being a commercial airline pilot. Always dreamed of being a commercial airline pilot. Always. But as in 2008, the life expectancy of somebody with cystic fibrosis was probably in the 30s or 40s. Like it wasn't that long. It wasn't that far, right? And they certainly couldn't be a pilot, right? HIPAA, I'm not a fucking doctor, you dumb fuck. This isn't like, I'm not a doctor. So anyway, regardless, due to medical advancements and everything like that, he was able to become an air traffic controller. So that was his next dream, right? There's a lot of narcs here, right? So anyways, because of all the medical advancements, he cleared his medical check ride and he is now able to become a commercial airline pilot, fulfilling a childhood lifelong dream of becoming a commercial airline pilot. And he just completed his training. He will now be a pilot for, I don't know, whatever airline, flying the CRJ 900, which is a jet, by the way. It's this jet, actually. Let's see. John and I used to fly on Flight Simulator all the time. We used to fly the 737 all the time. He would fly on Southwest. I would fly Southwest too. My call sign was Southwest 1565. That was my call sign. And John, I forget what John's call sign was, but anyway, we would fly on a virtual server. We would follow real world procedures and everything like that. And I really want to tell this story, and I really want to join John on a flight where he's flying. That would be the coolest thing ever. What a full circle moment for me to be a passenger on a plane and tell the story and then take the photos of and tell that story. I think it's such a great full circle story. But anyway, my point is, the reason I called John about this particular challenge is because John is in a unique position. John started as a flight simulator pilot, and then he went through all the stages, and now he's a commercial pilot, right? So he has a unique perspective at judging this particular competition because he knows what it's like to be a simulator pilot, and now he knows what it's like to be a certified commercial pilot, right? And he knows and understands the nuance and differences between the jets and the GA planes, right? I just want to let you guys know something. You may be being silly, but Will's going to lose $10,000 because there is no way, unless Marat went and taught himself how to fly the 737 and went and took sim time, there is absolutely no way Marat would know how to fly that plane. All right? Let me show you what the inside of a 737 looks like. Okay? This is a 737 cockpit. All right? This is a 737 cockpit. All right? This is a Cessna cockpit. Look at the difference. 737 cockpit, Cessna cockpit. 737 cockpit, Cessna cockpit. Look at the difference. Look at the difference between the two. 737 cockpit. I guarantee you, and this is no shot at Murat, right? This is no shot at Murat. But he wouldn't know what 90% of these things do. Cessna, 737. Okay, Austin, realistically, I know you probably know the buttons, and I don't actually trust either of you, but I trust Murat. Motherfucker! Ah! Ah! The buttons are essential! The buttons are essential! Have you not seen me fly the... Guys, the simulator that Hassan and I flew together, and I've flown since, right? Guys, look. The flight simulator, okay, that I flew, right? This thing, right? This particular thing. This is an exact replica, okay? So much so...
Los Angeles departure.
So much so, okay, that this is identical to the real thing. So much so that when pilots train in this... Okay? They go from this to flying passengers. That's how realistic it is. Okay? You want to see me land it? I've done it before. Here, look. There's the Las Vegas Strip. Mandalay. Done on Earth effort out there.
100.
They fucked up the camera, but we're about to land.
50. 40. 30. 20. 10.
Oh, shit. Sorry, Gabe. Murat does not have type ratings.
You're right.
No, he doesn't. Murat does not have type ratings. Murat does not have type ratings, okay? You want to see the one with Hassan and I? Murat built... Guys, do you know what engineering is? Do you guys know what engineering is? Guys, do you guys know what engineering is? Do you think that one singular engineer... Then why aren't all engineers pilots? He didn't build the 737. You know when the 737 was built? In the 60s, okay? And also, Murat certainly didn't build the 737 new generation, all right? Even the MAX plane. The 737 was built like in the 60s. The base of the 737 was built in the 60s, okay? You don't know everything about the plane. Okay, yes, Hassan and I crashed the plane, okay? But this was also 3 years ago. I've since flown hours and hours in the sim and learned, okay? But this is the first landing. This is a landing that I did 3 years ago with Hassan.
You got to do very calmly, don't worry, okay? Don't worry.
Let's go back.
Up! Up, 2 whites and 2 reds. I was looking at the flashing light on the right
This is
side.
3 years ago.
500.
Not 2 white and 2 red anymore, Austin. It's all right. You got to do very calmly. Don't worry. Okay? Don't worry.
I mean, if you want me to go back earlier, I will, to show me hand flying it. So I was doing the autopilot and everything. And then...
It's all right. Don't worry. It's moving. You're doing great. Moving. Oh, shit.
Autopilot disconnected.
Oh, that's
starting. Okay, here we go. Runway straight ahead. Hassan, you see that right there? There's the runway.
Oh,
so
fuck,
that disconnect.
I did see that.
See, he wouldn't even know the button to press to disconnect the autopilot, chat. Look.
That's tight. Okay.
See, he wouldn't even chat. You see what I clicked there? You have to know the plane.
That's
Watch. Listen. Look, he didn't. Look at this. You wouldn't know where that button is. And then to click it to disconnect it?
Okay.
You think that was luck?
That's the autopilot disconnected.
Oh, that's great. I love that.
Okay.
Oh, shit. All right, dude.
Okay, we didn't practice this.
Oh, shit. Oh, what the fuck?
It's all right, don't
It's
worry.
moving. You're doing great. You're doing great, Austin. I don't know if chat can feel how much this is tilting.
1,000.
Oh, 2 whites and 2 reds. I was looking at the flashing light on the right side.
Hassan, shut up!
500.
Not 2 white and 2 red anymore, Austin.
It's all right. Just, you got to do very calmly. Don't worry.
Okay.
Don't worry.
Oh, back to 2 white. All right. Holy shit. Oh my god.
$50, $40, $30, $20, $10.
Oh, buddy. That's a bit fast, isn't it?
No.
Oh, shit.
All right, 60 knots.
Yeah. That was 3 years ago. Okay. I've since practiced a lot more. Okay.
God.
As someone with autism, sometimes autism can make people feel that they can do things that they actually. I'm doing it. You're watching it. You're literally watching it. You're literally watching it. You want to see the good. Look, we crashed. This was 3 years ago. Okay. This was 3 years ago. And we crashed because I learned how to manage an engine failure. I didn't know how to do it before. Okay. I didn't know how to do it before. Now I know how to do it. I know how to do it now. I do. I know how to do it. What is this? Let's move on. My point is, I will clear Murat. I love Murat. And I love Murat, but he's a better pilot than me, but not at the 737. And I would win. I would win. But we're thinking about doing it this way. We're thinking about doing the challenge. And then after that, Murat takes me on my first flight. What do you think about that? We do the challenge. And then after that, he takes me to the skies for the first time ever in real life. How cool would that be? And then Murat takes me on my first flight. Murat clears you. You are fucking stupid. You are fucking stupid. You know that? You're just fucking stupid. I hope you put your money on. You know what? We should have everybody. You know what? We're gonna bring in Kalshi. And we're going to have everybody bet. It's going to be sponsored by Kalshi, and people are going to bet on it. All right. They're going to gamble on a Austin versus Murat. All right. Actually, I would get completely canceled and I would never accept that sponsorship. All right. Could you imagine though? Okay. What is this? Hassan got interviewed by, he got interviewed by Fox News. I'll give you the Fearan Cutie related update here shortly. What is this?
Yeah.
So, Piker, do you want to comment on your recent subpoena?
Well, Fox News Digital says I have a subpoena, but I've yet to be served one. So I don't even know what's going on.
What are they just giving anybody a job at Fox News? Is this what they're recording with?
Kind of feels like you guys have more insight into what the federal government's doing than I do, and I'm supposed to be subpoenaed.
You mentioned about the foreign money coming in, the Level IC network.
Yeah.
Do you want to comment on the foreign networks, the finances behind
No, I'm good, man. Thank you.
Yeah. So this facility, like I said, is run by the GEO Group, who is now
That's crazy. Hold on, there was an actual clip where what is this?
No, I was about to debate Charlie Kirk. Why the
What did he say?
You didn't say that? No, I was about to debate Charlie Kirk. Why the fuck would I want anybody to kill him? I was supposed to debate Charlie. Listen, I know this is a difficult concept for you to understand, but I was actually supposed to debate Charlie Kirk 2 weeks prior to his assassination. Obviously, I have a very different method of going about things than the way that you're trying to present it, because if that was my mentality, I would never try to debate him. Charlie respected that. And it's really sad to see the remnants of the conservative movement refusing to carry the flame.
The flame! Carrying the flame!
The way that Charlie Kirk wanted it to be carried. I, on the other hand, do carry that flame.
No, he didn't! He didn't!
Because we are Charlie Kirk.
He didn't! What a goofy ass!
Discussing things like America deserves. We carry the flame.
Disgusting things like America deserved 9/11. What a fucking dork.
We fight for the gospel. Like America deserved 9/11.
Yeah, America deserved that. What a fucking nerd. What a fucking nerd. Oh my God.
By working with the Do you know those words? Do you internalize those words? You should. You didn't say
Oh my God. Oh my God. What a fucking nerd. We are Charlie Kirk, and we the flame. We fight for the gospel. We honor his name.
He stood unshaken, a voice in the storm, a man of conviction.
Oh, yeah.
A heart reborn. He spoke the truth. When the cost was high, he lived for Jesus, unafraid to die. We are Charlie Kirk. We carry.
Wait, there's a USSR version? What the fuck? What the fuck? What the fuck is...
Он стоял непоколебим. Голос среди бури.
Shut the fuck up.
Человек убеждений. Сердцем вновь живым.
Shut the fuck.
Он говорил правду.
Is this AI? No, it's real.
Когда цена была высока, он жил для Иисуса, не боясь умереть.
Мы Чарли Кирк, мы несем пламя, мы будем сражаться за Евангелие, мы почтим его имя. Мы Чарли Кирк, его мужество наше, вместе несломленные.
Мы откроем небо миру. Муж и отец, семья рядом с ним. Дом, построенный на Писании, на вере без страха. Мир пытался его заставить замолчать. но голос его остался. Он звучит в нас и поддерживает со Христом.
Oh my God, guys, this is getting ridiculous. This is getting ridiculous.
A man of conviction.
This is getting ridiculous, guys. This is too much.
He spoke the truth when the cost was high. He lived for Jesus, unafraid to die. We are Charlie Kirk. We carry the flame. We'll fight for the gospel. We'll honor his name.
Jesus Christ.
We are Charlie Kirk. His courage our own. Together unbroken, we'll make heaven known. A husband, a father, his family help.
No. No. No.
He stood unshaken, a voice in the storm, a man of conviction, a heart reborn.
No.
He spoke the truth when the cost was high. He lived for Jesus, unafraid to die. We are Charlie Kirk, we carry the flame. We'll fight for the gospel, we'll honor his name. Oh, we are Charlie Kirk, his courage our own. Together unbroken, we'll make heaven.
What is this?
Don't want a lot for Christmas.
Wait. I just want to see what it is.
I don't care about the presents underneath the Christmas tree. I just want you for my own, more than you could ever know. Make my wish come true. All I want for Christmas is you.
What the fuck? Okay, where's the... the delivery robots? I get sad for them sometimes. You know? No, fuck them. Stop laughing at ChatGPT. That's by design. They want you to feel bad for them to help them. It's insidious. Oh my God. Oh my God, you guys. What else was I going to talk about? What is with recently people talking about, did you see this one run itself apart? Oh, no, let me see. What is this? Whoops. What the fuck did they? They have a. Why'd they literally had like. Good God. Good God. They brought the stretcher. Oh my God. Okay, chat. There was something that happened, an attempted hijacking. All right. Let's take a look.
Overnight, panic in the skies. Federal authorities investigating after a United Airlines flight was diverted due to what the airline says was a security concern caused by an unruly passenger.
Yeah, we'll land, take a left turn, just have law enforcement stand by.
The flight from Chicago, originally set for Minneapolis,
The
was
Spurs won? Oh my God! The Spurs have won! I am announcing it here on my live stream, ladies and gentlemen. The Spurs, the San Antonio Spurs, have won. They have defeated the Oklahoma City Thunder 111-103. That's right. I don't know. Yeah. In overtime.
forced to land in Wisconsin. You can hear.
Let's see if there's any sports highlights that we can to attract all the sports fans. Anybody here a sports fan?
Air traffic controllers informing a nearby pilot of a potential hijacking.
It's actually a situation where we might have to close the airfield due to potential hijack.
United says the person was quickly subdued by law enforcement officers on board. Once they landed, no one was injured. A similar incident unfolding just days earlier on an American Airlines flight from Athens to New York, forced to land in Rome due to what they say was a disruptive customer. Police seen crowding near the front of the plane as passengers look on. American says the passenger was quickly removed from the aircraft, telling ABC News, "The safety and security of our customers and team members is a top priority. We thank our customers for..."
Can I be honest, guys? When I see this headline, it doesn't scare me. You know why? Is because the idea that, first of all, those cockpit doors are reinforced with like Kevlar. Like even a small explosion couldn't breach that door. Those cockpit doors are so fucking solid. A human being cannot get through that door. Nobody can, right? Nobody. Not like a grenade couldn't even get through that door. Okay. Also, pilots have cameras in the cockpit that they can see out those doors, number one. Number two. The other thing is, the third thing about it is passengers ever since 9/11 are hyper vigilant when it comes to people rushing the cockpit. The passengers will stand up and beat the fucking ever-living shit out of anybody who decides or tries to rush the cockpit. Like, if you happen to be a sorry son of a bitch that decides they're going to try to hijack a plane in the United States, the passengers will beat you to death. Like, they will beat you to death. Like, I don't know if you guys saw the guy, the shoe bomber or whatever. Do you guys see the shoe bomber? The guy that got beat up, there were pictures of him after the fact. Or was it the underwear bomber? Underwear. Anyway, they beat people up. That's what I'm saying. So, the notion that you are in danger, that's like the least thing you should be scared about. You're putting your faith in hogs? Look, yes, you know what? Yes, I am putting my faith in hogs because hogs fantasize about that moment. Being the hero on a plane that's about to be hijacked? Are you kidding me? They fantasize about that moment, brother. They're thinking about it. They're waiting for it. They dream about the moment that they get to apprehend a guy rushing the cockpit and beat him with a coffee pot or whatever. Are you kidding me? That's their dream. That is their dream, dude. Isn't that me? Fuck no. Fuck no. But you bet your ass, if somebody tried to rush the cockpit of a plane that I was on, I'd stand up and start fighting. Fuck yes. Would you? You know what I mean? I don't dream of it. No, but I would stand up and fight. Are you kidding me? I'd take my fucking tray and my glass and I'd take everything. Right? You know? If I saw somebody assault a flight attendant, I'd be standing up immediately. Right? You know why? Well, first of all, I'm not a fighter, okay? I'm not a fighter at all. But what I can tell you is, if somebody has a knife, or excuse me, they don't have a knife, or they don't have any weapons, you know they're most likely unarmed because they went through TSA. You know what I mean? Let's take a look here. I wouldn't have stopped 9/11. That was different, okay?
Terrifying midair scare, a United pilot issuing a hijacking alert. The United flight heading to Minneapolis suddenly diverted to Madison, Wisconsin after a 75-year-old man allegedly tried to storm the cockpit.
Oh my God. Are we fucking serious? A 75-year-old man decided to storm the... Why did they include that? No fucking way.
Law enforcement officials on board that plane working together to subdue the man. Well, we're now learning about the investigation and that passenger. ABC's Ika Jachi leading us off tonight.
Tonight, an investigation after a...
Don't be ageist. I'm going to be ageist, okay? If you're 75 years old and you hijack a plane and overpower the entire plane, I don't know, man. I don't know. I just think maybe perhaps that we should evaluate some of our security protocol at that point. You know, it was.
Authorities say a 75-year-old man repeatedly attempted to breach the cockpit door on a United Airlines flight from Chicago. 5 members of law enforcement on board struggling to subdue him in the aisle.
Oh, come on. First of all, this is a 787, which was not the plane that was diverted. I hate when they use stock images. It drives me fucking nuts. This is a 787. Probably not even a United 787.
Actually, a situation where we might have to close the airfield due to potential hijacks.
The Boeing 737 bound for Minneapolis with 147 passengers
It's a 737.
and 6 crew on
That's
board.
probably what the plane
But just
was.
before 9 p.m., all of
Or an
that
Airbus.
changed. The captain diverting the plane to Dane County, Wisconsin.
Yeah, we'll land, take a left turn, just have law enforcement stand by the aircraft just in case, but I'm very confident with the 5 that we have on board back there.
Witnesses say sheriff's deputies immediately boarded the plane. Mike Rundle was traveling with his wife.
5 police officers came on the plane and asked the gentleman to stand up, put handcuffs on him, and walked him out.
I would have been the guy taking the news interview, by the way. If ever I'm in an incident or whatever, just want to let you know, I will be taking the interview. I will be taking the interview. I will be volunteering myself to any news media personnel to give my take.
Taking this very seriously, and of course you have to. If that, you don't really know what the intentions are of any person that might be, trying to get into a cockpit of a commercial airplane.
The remaining...
Yeah. What do you mean you don't know the intentions? What? No. You know the intentions. They're not good. What is he going to do? Take the plane for a joyride?
Passengers resuming their flight after security checks.
Somebody with some sort of device and a sweatshirt that said bomb squad walked by. You're going to have to go to the gate so law enforcement could sweep the plane.
Dane County, Wisconsin authorities say the man appeared to be confused and in a mental health crisis.
Oh, fuck.
The FBI is handling this investigation and say no charges are being pursued at this time.
Oh. He maybe had dementia? Wait, what? Uncut? What is this about his... No. No fucking way did this happen. No way. This didn't happen, did it?
Heil.
Oh my God! Oh my God!
Yeah.
What? The fuck?
not appropriate pretty much anywhere these days. So this action, these words sparking outrage in the Deer Valley community. School board member gesturing with a Nazi salute.
What the fuck?
This is 12 News at 4. I'm Troy Hayden.
And I'm Tram Mai. Our Sean Rice sought comment from the woman in that video who you just saw. And Sean, she says she did that because the board president was being like a dictator?
No.
That's right. In a video statement on Kimberly Fisher's Facebook page.
Not the Facebook page.
She says and explained why she did this. She did.
Kimberly what?
The president was being like a dictator?
Yeah, that's right. In a video statement on Kimberly Fisher's
God, Kimberly Fisher, what a Facebook name.
Facebook page, she says and explained why she did this. She did not offer any kind of apology. Instead, she doubled down, really explaining that she felt as though the board president in this meeting earlier this week was a dictator. That was board president Paul Carver. He tells me that no matter the reason, this is never okay, and he thinks this action should come with consequences.
Anyway, is there a motion to adjourn, or are we just going to do this for a while? Is there a second? I'll second it. All those in favor?
Heil. Heil.
Those words from Deer Valley School Board member Kimberly Fisher were...
God. You're Lebanese? Hey, me too. Nice to meet you. I don't know.
Uttered at last Tuesday night's bi-weekly meeting.
All I could think of tonight was Hitler, so I said Heil or whatever.
What? Oh my God. All I could think about tonight was Hitler for some reason. I don't know. He was just on my mind. What?
I'm so tired of this.
In a Facebook Live video posted after the meeting, Fisher repeatedly criticized board president Paul Carver, calling him a dictator, accusing district leadership of shutting out community voices during discussions over school boundary changes. She also encouraged people to watch the end of the meeting.
The end is kind of interesting, and to watch Paul actually lose his cool, because he's come to realize that what he's done as a dictator running the board has damaged, and people...
I do feel like this could be hog on hog.
Are getting
violence.
tired of it.
Unlike Fisher, Carver sat down with 12 News, reacting to her actions.
I just need the community and indeed the world to know that those words and that motion that was made does not reflect the community of Deer Valley, the Deer Valley School District.
Where is Deer Valley? Is that in Utah? Yeah, that's Utah, isn't it? This is Utah, right? Phoenix? Oh, Arizona.
Anybody, as far as I can tell, except the...
Maruku Sakaru. Thank you very much for subscribing.
Apparently the person that did it.
Carver says his district email has been flooded with concerns from Jewish communities all across the globe. Word spreads fast when a gesture like this is deeply offensive to millions of people.
Everybody deserves to be treated equally and fairly. Everybody's rights need to be honored. And to that point, nobody should ever be singled out and victimized the way that they were at the Tuesday meeting.
The board president says under Arizona law, board members cannot simply remove another elected board member from office. Any action, he says, would ultimately have to come from voters.
Whether that's getting a petition together with these are our complaints and these are the people that support it, and presenting it at a board meeting. The community can do those kind of things. They could even recall her if that's something that they thought that they would want to do.
Calls for Fisher to resign have come from the Deer Valley Education Association, calling her, quote, unfit for service. Fisher's public bio says...
I bet they all voted for Trump, regardless.
She welcomes the community to fully engage with her, and that is exactly what Carver hopes the Deer Valley community does in the coming weeks.
The district did not hire her, the community did. So this is a call out to the community that elections have consequences, and we need to be just a little bit more engaged.
Jesus
and the next Deer Valley School Board meeting is scheduled for June 9th. Carver tells me he and other school board members are seriously considering putting a discussion item directly on that night's agenda that would allow them to discuss Fisher's actions publicly during that meeting. And again, he welcomes any and all community input at that meeting as well.
So a chatter just sent this video about Township supervisor calls for Wildwood off Main to stop bullying tactics against tenants. What's going on?
Where the management is now telling people living on second floor apartments they need to vacate. This is weeks after the whole place was condemned. Good evening. Thanks for joining us on News Channel 3 Live at 6. I'm Andy Dominiani.
And I'm Jessica Hardhorn. We have team coverage tonight with reaction from the township and the tenants. And we begin with News Channel 3's Tyler Brummett, who's live at Wildwood off Main Apartments. Tyler, you spoke with Township Supervisor David Combs.
Yeah, Jess, and the big takeaway here is the township and the county will not try to evict people from their apartments. But get this, Combs says yesterday apartment management called 911 trying to get township police to help them out with that, but the township said no. Caution tape blocking stairways at the Wildwood off Main apartment complex in Kalamazoo Township.
I am appalled by the...
Wait, David Combs, are you in the Twitch chat? Is this who sent the link? Can you help me with my white hat, Karen, and calling out slumlords? Are you David Combs? Did you send this link? It's a very specific
bullying tactics that I'm seeing, and the attempts to prey on folks' knowledge or lack of knowledge of this process.
Township Supervisor David Combs says apartment management has left so many people in limbo.
They are suffering because of...
So I need your guys' well, not to make this about me, but I'll get to
this
that.
tiff between Kava and the management company, and because the owners in the management company have not kept their buildings up to code.
This all began earlier this month when the Kalamazoo Area Building Authority condemned every apartment. Fast forward to Wednesday when people living here received a letter telling all upper floor tenants they need to vacate.
That place doesn't look condemnable. I mean, I don't know what the fuck.
Management says engineers found all decks and stairs are not safe to be walking or standing on. They'll have to be replaced before people can live here again. A few weeks ago, we obtained inspection records that say stairways and decks are falling apart and metal
they definitely need to fix that.
Supports are rusting away. Combs says apartment managers contacted them to try to get people out.
We will not enforce any evictions or notices of eviction that the management company might try to send.
I also reached out once again Thursday to New Earth Residential, the owners of Wildwood off Main. They have not responded to us since the original condemnation notices were posted earlier this month. I have 3 questions for them. Why did tenants receive notices so late Wednesday? What are you doing to help
fix it, right? Fix it, right?
Them out, and when will people be able to go home? I have not yet heard back from New Earth Residential, but late this afternoon, an employee here at Wildwood off Main came up to me. She seemed to be very, very angry, and she looked at me and...
I'm no big city lawyer, but is there a chance that they decided to let it get condemned so they had legal grounds to evict all these people? It's because they want to sell the building. But hold on. But if you were a landlord, you actually are better off selling a building that's rented. So I don't know. I don't. Regardless, they need to fix it.
Said, quote, we've had enough.
If you're a landlord, you have a property. If it's more appealing to a buyer if it's already rented.
Enough. Of course, we'll keep covering this for you and bring you the very latest both on air and on our website.
Not if it's rent controlled or they're under market. Yeah, good point.
WWMT.com. For now, though, we're live in Kalamazoo Township. Tyler Brummett.
Yeah, unless it's for the land. Good point.
News Channel 3.
And Tyler, thanks. All this chaos and the constant...
Regardless, I don't know. Well, I just wanted to cover that. Well, another thing I want to cover is Will Neff. Will Neff. Does it get annoying when I yell? I should stop yelling. I think people, it's off-putting. Will Neff. Will Neff had a flight-related issue. He says just added 2 hours. Just had 2 hours added to my trip because some chud on my flight threatened our flight attendants over having to move his bag. What the fuck are we doing here, people? I have light mode. Do you guys not like that? You guys not like that I have light mode? Let me tell you something, chat. How do I turn on dark mode? How do I do it? Setting. I don't even know how to do it. More. Settings and privacy. Where do I go? Where do I go? You sick fuck. More. Settings and privacy. I don't know where to go. Display. I don't know where the fuck it is. Let's go back to what we were talking about with Will. You guys can handle it. So here's the thing. If you're on a flight, I have a recommendation for you. Don't fuck with the flight attendants and don't fuck with the gate agents. Okay? Those are two people that can get you on a no-fly list very quickly. All right? Don't backsass a flight attendant. Don't backsass a gate agent. Don't do any of that shit. They are very powerful. Okay? Number one, just don't do it. Number two, don't do it. They will fuck your life up. Right? Flight attendants have a lot of, but they're not like these, they're not like hungry for power, but they will exercise it if need be. Any stories of being sassed? Look, I've gotten a little sassy before. We all get a little sassy. I fly like 100 times a year. I have gotten a little sassy. Okay. I've gotten a little ACAB. I've gotten a little sassy before. Okay. But Austin, do you know when the least busy times of the week to fly from New York City to LA? The airlines have figured out that you look for those and they charge the same pretty much. It depends on the week, depends on the day. Historically, I'm sure Wednesday is probably a better day, but it could be a busy day on Wednesday. You never know. I would never threaten a flight attendant. God, no. I would never threaten a flight attendant. I've had shitty flight attendants, like that were mean to me and Christian, but I didn't never threaten them, for God's sake. That's ridiculous. I told Will that if that person would have like been violent, he would have had justification to jump up and kick their ass. And I would have loved that. I wish to be a fly on the wall to watch Will kick some fucking ass. That's my dream, is to watch Will just fucking kick some ass. Wish I could see it. Wish I could see it live. I really do. Okay, there is some drama going on the internet, okay? A drag queen is getting sued by Patagonia. Patagonia is getting sued by Patagonia. Okay? And here she is.
Hi, everyone. It's Patagonia. Today, I'm breaking my silence about the lawsuit that the multi-billion-dollar corporation Patagonia has filed against me, a drag queen and climate activist, for trademark infringement. Patagonia told the media they're only suing me for $1. What they're actually trying to do is to take away my name permanently and threaten me with more than $1 million in legal fees. This is not a brand conflict. This is a corporation trying to erase an activist. And this is how corporations bully individuals who cannot match their resources. Because this would take away not only my activism and my career, but also the livelihoods of the team I employ. This is a betrayal of Patagonia's core mission, because if they're in business to save the home planet, why are they suing a climate activist? Over the last 4 months since the lawsuit was filed, I've stayed silent, courteous, and worked every channel I could to resolve this without going to court. But in the end, I had two choices.
You know what's crazy? Is Patagonia is a region in South America. You don't see the region levying a lawsuit against the company Patagonia. You know that? Like, that's insane. It's in Argentina. They trademarked a whole fucking mountain range. How the fuck is that possible?
The erasure of my name, my advocacy, my community, and everyone I employ, or to fight for myself and to fight for us. So I am fighting, and I'm inviting you to join me in a simple call to action. Patagonia, drop the lawsuit. And I want to tell you how this story started because it didn't start with a lawsuit. It started in 2018 when I put on a pair of high heels on a backpacking trip and created my drag persona, Patagonia, named after a region in South America called Patagonia, a name that predates both me and the clothing brand by 500 years. And since 2018, I've built a community of more than 3 million people, a nonprofit teaching allyship in the outdoors, hired more than 600 artists and advocates, toured drag shows nationwide about climate solutions, and together we've raised more than $3.7 million for nonprofits. So here's the part that made my jaw hit the floor. Patagonia, a multi-billion-dollar corporation, went to federal court in January to say that I am causing irreparable harm to their brand by doing, and I quote, motivational speaking services in support of environmental sustainability.
No way!
And organizing, arranging, and conducting trail.
Wait. LGBTQ equality organizing?
And hiking events. Let's talk about that irreparable harm because there's 3 things you need to know. First, the claims of trademark infringement. I have never used their logo, font, or anything from their brand on our merch website. Instead, the lawsuit cherry picks a few examples of playful parody and fan art and tries to spin those into some kind of vast use of their logo. Drag is built on parody, puns, and jokes, but I'm willing to never parody their logo ever again, aka never give them free PR ever again. 2, let's talk about the agreement or the understanding that—
You know what's so interesting to me is like you can be a multi-billion-dollar corporation, have people that make tons of money, and for some reason, none of them understand the Streisand effect. There are so many people out there that shop at Patagonia and don't give a fuck about what they do. They like their shit, whatever. Why ruffle the feathers? Why do something like this? It's crazy. I didn't even know who Patagonia was, the drag queen, right? I didn't know who this was. And now I know Patagonia, and now I know that I'm on her side.
People are saying I broke. There was no agreement. In 2022, when I was collaborating with a third party, Patagonia asked me to follow certain terms, and I did. That wasn't a broad agreement about my future. And 3, my trademark application. I filed my trademark application not to compete with a multi-billion-dollar corporation, but because of what happened to a drag queen named Lexi Love, whose name was taken from her by a third party after RuPaul's Drag Race. Within weeks, her bookings were canceled, music pulled, social media gone. I filed to make sure that that never happened to me, not because of Patagonia, because of anyone. And now let's talk timing. Isn't it interesting that Patagonia chose this exact moment in the height of anti-LGBTQ politics and attacks on the environment to sue me? They've known about me for 8 years, and the impact of this timing right now is serious and it's real. And I think they looked at this political moment and thought they could pull this off without pushback. But if Patagonia wants to celebrate Pride Month this year by taking a queer climate activist to federal court, then I am here to fight for myself and I am here to fight for us. So Patagonia leadership, I want to speak directly to you. In 2022, your founder, Yvon Chouinard, gave the company away to the planet to fight the climate crisis, transferring control into what's called a purpose trust. So I want to ask the people currently running the company a genuine question. Is this what he had in mind? Is spending the resources of that trust on lawyers and federal court filings to erase a climate activist saving the home planet? Is this what he and his children, who now sit in leadership positions on the board and the Purpose Trust, believe they built? And you know, Yvon—
Do you guys also, like, I stay in a lot of hotels, and do you also look at those green initiatives that those hotels put in as just bullshit? Like, every time I see them, I'm always thinking, they don't give a fuck about the environment. They've just calculated that it's profitable for them to give a fuck about the environment. Like, oh, our green new initiative, reuse your towel or don't get your room clean today. No, fuck you. You are trying to save money and leverage the, take advantage of the the idea that it's saving the planet.
Chenard said something that I think his current leadership needs to hear loud and clear right now. And I quote, "You are what you do, not what you say you are." That's not my quote. That's his. And
So anyway, Patagonia is suing Patagonia, and oh my God, this is on the news. See, look at this shit. Like what kind of...
The outdoor clothing company Patagonia is...
Like, why would you do this if you're Patagonia?
Suing drag queen and environmental activist Patty.
Why would you do this?
Trademark infringement.
Okay, another thing, Chad, I have to talk about a lawsuit of my own. I'm getting sued again by the healthcare company. But this time over $950. Okay. Here's the story. Okay. Here's the story. I went to an urgent care again. All right. No. I need you to hear me. Okay. Here's the story of a lovely lady. No, listen. I got sued because I refused to pay a bill that my health insurance is supposed to cover. Okay. I went to a facility that was in network. Let me repeat, in network. It's an in-network facility. All right. Evidently, the physicians that were at the facility that took care of me were out of network, right? Now, there's something called the No Surprise Act, and that protects against things like that. The institution, however, that is suing me claims that they are not an urgent care facility, despite calling themselves Zoom Care. Their name is Zoom Care. When you Google them, it says urgent care on there. As a consumer, realistically, how is somebody who's sick or needs help or whatever, at the time I had strep throat, how am I supposed to know that you bill as primary care, right? Total fuckery, right? So they sent me to collections. I explained this to them on the phone, right? I explained this to them on the phone. I said, look, I think this covers as the No Surprise Act, right? Like I should be covered, right? By my insurance. My insurance claims that they don't owe it and claims that the facility needs to reprocess it. Anyway, it's gone on forever, right? It's gone on forever. So they sent it to collections. And so what they did is after it goes to collections, they send it to they decide to sue you, and they sue you over $950. And so they serve you with a lawsuit. And the first time this happened to me, I got scared and I paid it. This time, I think I'm going to challenge it, because I do feel as if, as a consumer with health insurance going to an in-network facility, I shouldn't be on the, I owe something for sure, but I don't know what that is because they never processed the claim. So a lot of people would be like, oh, just fucking pay it. But I'm in a unique position to have the capability to fight against them, right? You don't need a lawyer. It's small claims court. But anyway, what's interesting about it is I think they think I'm going to, it hasn't affect, no, it doesn't affect my credit. It hasn't, at least. But what's just so interesting to me is there's people in this chat that would so quickly bend over or tell me to bend over in that situation. When you hear lawsuit, when you hear pay your bill, like, why? The system is fucked. Because there are people that go to facilities all over the United States. They have health insurance. They do all the right things. They check to see if they're in network. They say they're in network. I was charged a copay. Okay? You know what a copay is? When you are charged a copay, it is the facility is implying that they accept your insurance. They're accepting your insurance. right? So as a patient, I'm going in there expecting my insurance to cover it, right? Okay, chat. Do I have $950 to pay for this? Absolutely. I can pay it right now. No problem. $950. But you know who doesn't have $950? A majority of Americans don't have $950 in disposable income to be able to just pay it right away. You know? A lot of people don't. A lot of people get fucked and somebody comes to their door and serve them and then they get caught up with legal fees and all sorts of other shit. Right? So I don't know if this is helping anybody. Truly. I don't know if it's helping. You know? You know, I don't know if it's helping anybody, but at least on an individual level, they'll rethink it. Because I think, first of all, they've tried to serve me twice. I haven't been home, so I didn't see it. So technically, I haven't received the lawsuit. But I tell you what, I think I'm going to respond. And I'm going to look into the last time they sued me. And I'm going to see if it also qualifies for the No Surprise Act. And but see, there's two pieces here. It's the insurance company that I have, and also the facility. The facility is doing fuckery because they're creating this facade that they're an urgent care clinic, but billing is primary care. And then the insurance company is doing fuckery by not processing the claim because it's out of network. So both sides are doing fuckery, you know? It's fucked. We need universal health care. You know? We need universal health care. Let me tell you, I believe it and I say it. Insurance companies should not exist. Should not exist. Providence, United Healthcare, Aetna, you should not exist. You should not exist at all. We shouldn't. I don't give a fuck if you make money. I don't give a fuck. You should not exist. It should be Medicare for all. Wait, Providence is getting shut down? That's fucking shitty. Now people are going to be uninsured, of course. Because guess what, Chad? The thing about our system that's so fucked is I'm doing everything correctly. I pay my premium every month. You know what my healthcare premium is? $700 a month for me alone, right? I don't have anybody else on my policy. I pay that every single month. I do my duty and I pay that every single month. Okay? Every single month. I even went to check to make sure that the facilities I was going to were in network. And despite all that, I still get a lawsuit because my insurance company didn't do their job and cover my care. And I know people joke and they're like, Austin, you're a hypochondriac, whatever. Okay? I have a right to care, as everybody does. I have a right to care. And when I've gone to the doctor, sure, sometimes it's nothing. But most of the time it's legitimate. I've had strep throat. I had a precancerous polyp when I had a colonoscopy. I'm on top of my health care. And the reason why people give me shit about it is we have a culture of not going to the doctor because we have to choose between going to the doctor and paying our bills or surviving. We have a culture, right? I had a friend the other day. He got hit by a bird scooter, right? It was actually the guy from the threesome joke, right? He got hit by a bird scooter. And you know what he told me? He was drunk, fucked up, face lacerated, bleeding, right? You know what he said? The ambulance came, and even in that state, I said, I'm not fucking paying for that. I'm taking an Uber. So he took a fucking Uber. This happens every single day in America. People have to make decisions for their own personal health against their pocketbook. And often, you should never have to make a decision for your life. You know? You should never have to do that. There's so many such cases. So many cases. You know? Look, and I know, and some people hate on me because I do these things. I get it. I am very privileged. I'm very blessed, okay? I can afford to pay for these things. I can afford these things, right? I know I'm privileged and I'm blessed, but I'm advocating for a system in which we all have free healthcare. We all deserve free healthcare, right? And I don't know what I'm doing. It's probably not productive, but I'm just like, maybe if I'm just a menace, enough of a fucking menace, I'm just making it extraordinarily difficult for them. Extraordinarily difficult. But I'm also well within my rights too. I'm not just doing things that are random. I did what I was supposed to do. I paid my bills that I was supposed to pay. You know? You know what my dream retirement plan is? If I ever have a conversation on use, Noah Ton, thank you very much for subscribing. Have a conversation on your stream with somebody a little bit more educated in the healthcare system. Austin, I have bad news. Providers bill insurance as a courtesy to customers. What? Are you saying that? I'm saying, okay. So you're telling me that customers or patients that go in with health insurance, it's a courtesy to bill customers? Is that right? So you think that, let's just assume that that's true, which I don't think it is. You think that we should be thankful? That we should be thankful that the providers are billing our insurance and not holding us all accountable for out-of-pocket medical expenses? We should be thankful? Is that right? I'm curious. Cody, 24. It's a courtesy. You should be thankful that we're billing your insurance and not sending you the bill directly and having you deal with it. Yes. There is a lot to strengthen the argument. Like in the United States, despite having private healthcare, we spend more per capita than any other industrialized country on healthcare. And our healthcare outcomes are worse than those with Medicare for all or universal healthcare, right? It is not only better for everybody, it is cheaper than the current system that we have. It is cheaper. No, we can't have private healthcare, period. End of story. Because if we have private healthcare, that private industry will continue to work until its dying day to corrupt the public option. Like this is what I've come to understand is that government is good. Government is only bad, which our government is, when it's allowed to be corrupted by private interests. No, providers are not required to bill insurance outside of contractual obligations. I work for a Fortune 5 company in health insurance. I'm a proponent for single payer. Okay, I don't give a shit what they're required to do by law. The law fucking sucks. and the system fucking sucks. The only reason you're sitting here defending and bootlicking the system is because that's how the fucking law is written. I'm telling you, it's fucked. It doesn't matter. Just because the law exists doesn't mean that we don't need to change it. It's fucked. The law was built and written to benefit insurance companies. The law was written in their favor. So to sit here and act like you're doing some sort of charity work for writing, for billing, providers sending billing insurances, like I don't want to hear it. Anyway. Where the fuck were we? Yeah, billions of dollars in profit. Billions of dollars in profit. Dun, 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 dun. Ugh. I don't think yeah. Did you miss the Fear End announcement regarding? Okay, I'll tell you guys now. I believe not this next episode, which is coming out on Monday, but I believe Cutie will be back for the June 8th episode. Don't hold me to that, but most likely, I don't want to hold it to you. But not this coming one. She won't be back. She won't be on this one, but maybe the next one. Maybe. Can't guarantee it, but most likely. The Pride episode drops on Monday. Isn't it Hassan in London? Guys, we film in mysterious ways. The Fear End podcast films in mysterious ways. We're filming strangely right now. Like, we filmed a few days ago. We're filming in New York. Isn't Hassan in London by then? He might be, but we're going to film before then, so you won't even know. Guys, I am organizing it, okay? I am organizing it all. Are you in the Pride episode? Yes. Remember how I said that you guys, do you guys understand something? Can I tell you something? I am the organizer. I am the one that rounds everybody up and makes sure that we're on time to the podcast. I know it may shock you, but I am the one. So much so that I made sure that everybody had flights and was landing at a correct time for our next episode. I made sure everybody had flights and everybody coming from where they were coming from was going to land, and I set the time. You know why? You don't believe me? Chat, I have to fly in every week. So I'm the one that has to be like, okay, when we filming, because I have to come from the farthest. I have to arrive from the farthest distance, right? Oh my God, Christian, what? You know? So I have to come from Oregon. So I have to organize. You know what? Nobody gives a shit about Austin Show. Nobody gives a fuck. I've given up. You don't care. You don't give a fuck. You don't give a fuck. You want to give me no credit. No credit at all for anything. Even if I'm keeping the Fear Am podcast on the rails, you want to give me no credit. No fucking credit. Oregon sucks. You suck. You fucking suck. Right? What the fuck? Ha! I love this.
It's supposed to be a national celebration of unity, but America's upcoming 250th anniversary and the events and tributes surrounding it are facing growing controversy because of politics. The Commodores and now Martina McBride are among at least 4 musical acts pulling out of a concert series being held in the National Mall beginning next month. The concerts are being run by Freedom 250, a group launched by President Trump to organize the nation's birthday festivities. The group claims to be nonpartisan, but some artists say they were not aware Freedom 250 was founded by the president. Martina McBride saying, "I was presented with an opportunity to perform at a nonpartisan event, but that turned out to be misleading.
My agent called me about 3 months ago and said, yo, you want to do a show the 25th in Washington? He didn't say nothing about Trump."
CNC Music Factory is still expected to perform along with rappers Flo Rida and Vanilla Ice. Another America 2...
What?
Rida and Vanilla is still expected
to... Nothing about Trump.
CNC Music Factory is still expected to perform along with rappers Flo Rida and Vanilla Ice. Another America 250 controversy brewing.
Donald J. Trump could be on a $250 bill.
A push to...
What?
Put President Trump's portrait on a new $250 bill to mark the nation's birthday. Sources say administration...
Oh my God. Oh my God. Are we winning yet?
Officials have pushed the Treasury to move forward with designing the bill. Federal law does not allow anyone still living to appear on currency. But some Republicans...
Look at that neck pussy. Look at that.
in Congress have introduced a proposal to change that.
It's all up on Capitol Hill. I don't think that there's anything untoward about having the President of the United States, the person who was President of the United States, on the 250th anniversary bill.
Democrats are making their...
Oh, fuck. Oh, God. I've gotten to a point in my political progression where I scoff just a little bit less, but almost equally when I hear the Democrats. Oh, God, sludge.
Opinion clear.
It's monopoly money. It's fantasy. And we are going to do everything.
The only time they have any conviction is when it's to combat something silly like the ballroom or like when the Trump administration is doing something for optics, or Trump is being a diva, right? When Trump is being a diva, like trying to put his name on a building or put his name on a bill or build the ballroom, that's the only time Democrats have conviction where they come out and be like, this is our big moment to make it appear as if we were the opposition party, you know? Like, I don't give a fuck about the ballroom. I don't care about the bill. I think it's fucking stupid and I don't want it to happen. But I don't give nobody, this is stupid. This is dumb guy shit. Like the Gulf of America, it's all stupid guy shit. When you take focus on taking power and undoing it when you do so, just undo it. Rename the Gulf of America to the Gulf of Mexico after you take power again. But you know what? The Democrats would keep that shit. They're going to keep it. If an establishment Democrat wins, he's going to keep they're going to keep it called the Gulf of America because they'll be afraid that the Republicans will, or they're afraid of the mythical independent voter, that the Republicans will it'll, I don't know, cause controversy. Right?
everything possible to make sure that this never happens.
The U.S. Mint is already moving forward with a gold commemorative coin featuring President Trump's image.
Stupid. The White House is a mess. I know. Look at Look at this. You know who does a better job at keeping?
I think it all comes down to unusual, surprising requests.
What the
I
fuck?
hired a pony.
We had to. Oh, what the hell that is? Must be my search. So, you know who does a better job at shielding construction while it's happening? Fucking Walt Disney. Disney is outdoing the federal government, the United States federal government, at shielding their construction projects from the public. When Disney's under construction, you don't see it. God, this is ugly. Ugh. Gross. Whatever happened to Newsom? Like, is he going to run still? Or what? You know who's going to run? I think Kamala's going to run. Isn't he the guy we're watching right now? She's probably going to run, I'm guessing. Oh, I got a question. Do you think Steyer, do you think he'll run for president in 28 if he wins the governor in 26? I'm genuinely curious. Do you think, like, is he positioning himself to run for president, Tom Steyer? He will stay governor, you think? Steyer's washed? 0% with what motion? I thought he was picking up motion. I thought he was picking up motion. Steyer's washed? She's too white and too evil? Oh, God. He ain't got that kind of motion. He buys his motion. Isn't he ahead in the polls? Oh, fuck. He's behind in the polls. But Sarah's ahead? Oh, fuck. Xavier. Oh, shit. Jesus Christ. California liberals. Who do you want? Steyer? I think. Austin, please run. You know what? I'm going to run for California governor. I'm going to run for governor of California. I'm not a billionaire, and I wouldn't accept corporate PAC money. Okay? And I would condemn Hassan Piker. The first thing I would do on my opening campaign speech would be to condemn Hassan Piker. I would be. I would condemn him immediately. I'd say, before I start this campaign, I condemn Hassan Piker. That's what I'll do. That's what I'll do. And Hassan will probably go endorse the Republican.
I got a text message from my producer.
Oh my God, this is a clip that hasn't been released yet.
I got a text message from my producer. Austin asked me to think about making him a stream background with pyrotechnics.
I mean, I can explain. Hold on. Let's see if we can watch this without revealing the link. Okay, this is an unreleased clip. Unreleased clip.
I got a text message from my producer. Austin asked me to think about
David.
making him a stream background with pyrotechnics.
Oh, yes. Why is he discussing my private business? with you?
Because what you've asked him to do is insane.
I thought it would be cool
To have pyrotechnics
In your house.
Yeah.
And also,
Well, I asked
what
him-
could you be doing on your stream that requires pyrotechnics?
I don't know. I just thought it would be a cool idea to hit a button and flames. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Austin Show broadcast. I mean, how f***ing cool is that?
Yeah, but then the rest of the show is you just talking about, gay drama on Twitter and like politics and airplane stories.
You know what's fucked up is that has been this entire stream. We talk about planes, we talk about politics, and we talk about the gay drama, which was the Patagonia. That's fucking insane. What?
And sometimes you show your body. I just
that happened in this stream too. Fuck.
Summarized your stream.
Oh, I didn't know you were a fan.
Yeah, I didn't know you were watching me. This is so touching.
I got to.
But I'll do Hassan's stream. Okay. Okay, dude. Okay, dude. That's it. And then politics for like 9 hours. And we're live and alive in sunny Los Angeles, California. Okay, dude. I'm tired. And then he goes offline. That's it. And this too. That's it. Oh my God. Dunkin' manager kills customer after he snaps over a cold coffee. Holy fuck. Jesus Christ. What the fuck? That's crazy. Sorry, that was a YouTube video. You guys want to watch? Sorry, it was YouTube. I don't know. We're in transition, but I saw it on YouTube. I was like, man, that's crazy. When parenting goes wrong?
It seems like more.
I don't know. The most word he says over and over is "that's crazy," and you just said it. Oh. Guys, what is going on with conservative men talking about men being naturally more attractive than women? And like all agreeing with one another. And I just want to say, I find women beautiful, so beautiful, but I understand where they're coming from. I think the male physique is gorgeous. The detail of the abs, the chest, the legs, the back, just every little crevice. I love it. I love it. I love the men. The detail of the male body is so unbelievable. And I think the male butt is truly underrepresented. Now, so I agree with them actually on that. Now, of course, I'm a gay man, but I also think women are objectively more beautiful. But I do agree with them on the attraction portion. And I've really started to understand that the more I talk about my infatuation with men, the more I sound like a conservative. Didn't you say that if you were straight, you would be with Valkyrie on the pod? Fuck. Did I? Did I? I mean, can't a man have a couple wives? No, I'm just kidding. Mary Kate and Ashley. I didn't say I was monogamous. Who's more beautiful, Will Neff or Caroline Kwan? I think Caroline Kwan is more beautiful. I think Will Neff is more handsome. Right? That's what I think. That's what I think. My coconuts. What about Hassan? Gross. Oh, God. Just kidding. Men can be beautiful too. That's true. It's true. I don't even know what this stream has been about the last 10 minutes. I've just been like, or 30 minutes. I've just been like yapping about nothing, but you guys are just still sticking around for some reason. Do you carry the flame? Are you fucking serious? Of course I do. Of course I carry the flame. You like me? Do you? Do you like me? Do you love me? Da-da-dum-bum. Oh my God. Do you remember this? This reminds me of this. Do you guys remember old Greg?
Perhaps now in this light with you and the tutu and the water playing.
Do you guys remember this?
Pure seaweed. Maybe I could love you. Maybe I was lying.
You don't remember this? Oh God. I don't want to watch this. I never liked it, but for some reason I watched it. And it was viral back in the day. Back in the day. Is there any more Fear Ann videos? What is this? Oh no, what is going on here?
And even I know this ain't smart, but mama, I'm in love with a criminal. And this type of love isn't rational, it's physical. And even I know this ain't smart, but mama, I'm in love with a criminal.
I need to start making TikToks like this. Who is this? Ash. Is this the girl he had on stream?
Get ready with me while I talk about how MAGA said I'm an unfit mother and should lose custody of my children after I was on a stream with Hassan Piker, and then Hassan got subpoenaed by the feds for his humanitarian trip to Cuba.
Well, he hasn't been subpoenaed yet, right?
For those who don't know, my name is Ashley St. Clair. I was a MAGA influencer involved in MAGA politics for almost a decade. I know. Now, before we get into what I'm going to talk about today, I do want to draw attention to a case out of Alabama.
18 minutes long? What the fuck? I can't watch that. It's too long. Jesus Christ.
I thought I was free. He texted me again. Release me! I thought.
I will say, it is one of the most disappointing things ever. Oh no. It's one of the most disappointing things ever to call an Uber and it's a Tesla. What is
Rate
this?
some British foods. Couldn't think of anything fucking worse. You know where that's going. Right, let's rank some British foods. Ugh. Couldn't think of anything fucking worse. You know where that's going. Number fucking 10. Disgusting. Oh my god. Beans on toast. Oh.
Beans on toast is actually pretty good. I think that's probably a safe, 2.
Can't beat a bit of beans on toast.
Ugh.
I like Scotch eggs as well, see?
Ugh.
They're really nice. Oh.
Oh, full
Probably number
English is a
2.
1. It's got to be 1.
But without the tomatoes and the pig's blood. every
Yeah,
day.
what? No, tomatoes are great without the pig's blood, though.
Bangers and mash, see? I wish I'd put that in number 4. Love bangers and mash.
Fish and chips? Oh, that's a 2 or 3 for me.
Fish and chips, another amazing meal. But not too many chips.
Shepherd's pie. Whoa.
Now,
Guys, there's 2 distinctions here. Is there any English people in the chat? Are there any English people in the chat up right now in the heat wave? You can't sleep because you got no aircon. Yeah. If there's any English people in the chat, shepherd's pie is made with lamb. Cottage pie, cottage pie is made with beef. Shepherd's pie is with lamb. Do you know that?
A cottage pie to shepherd's pie. So I'm going to put that low. A jacket potato. Jackie's favourite.
Oh, gross. Oh, God.
I have no idea what the fuck that is, but it looks nasty. Stay on your number 1. I love Tonio. Right, let's rank some.
Jesus. Good God. What is this?
Breakfast! Beans and sausages on toast. Breakfast! Beans and sausages.
What is this? This is the most British person I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah, sorted, Ski. I had to pay a couple of quid each for the replacement passes, but I can live with that.
He's the most British guy ever.
And look, we have Christine.
Oh, look, she's wearing a. Is that just the colors of the football team, or?
And the mighty Dave, who still hasn't given up smoking. No. And the beautifulest lady in the whole wide world. And look, we have Christine.
I actually do like going to England. I don't know why, but I do.
Booyaka in the.
What?
Well, the Monjaro's definitely working. I can't eat it all. Well, the Monjaro's definitely working.
People are saying that this guy's AI. What the fuck is going on? Is this... What? What is going on? What is this? What? What? I'm going to click it. Hold on. What? Am I going to... Crazy. What is going on?
This my shit. All the girls stomp your feet like this. Few times I've been around that joint.
What? Do your thing, but what is happening? Who is this guy?
Right, let's rank some swear words. Bastard.
Oh, I'm afraid of this one. I'm afraid of that one. I feel like a slur could fit itself in there. What is going on here in England? All right, let's watch it. Actually, I'm curious. If there, we'll just click away if it's a. Where's the swear word one?
Look at that, for tonight's dinner. I know I normally don't have processed food, but I've been craving them for ages. Mr. Brains, lovely jubbly.
Two pork what? Lovely jubbly. What a name. Just watch. Where's the just watched? Man. Yeah, I know it's a real food. I know. All right, chat. I think that's it for me. Hope you guys enjoy your evening. I'm going to be gone. I'm going to go film Fear Ann tomorrow. Yeah. Any streams coming up? Look, I'll be honest with y'all. I'm stuck. I have 8 shows that have been more or less sold, but we're waiting. We're tied up in some logistics, but I have 8 shows to run and we're being patient. But once that gets finished, we are going to run those. So yes, but I'm working on it. It's frustrating, but we're almost done. Fear Ann is moving along. Next month, there'll be a big announcement regarding the tour. So stay tuned for that. And hope you guys enjoy yourselves and have a good night. Thank you all for watching. And I'm going to say goodbye to you guys. All right.
Thank you for being a friend.
Goodbye, Jeff. Goodbye, Spicy Purple. Goodbye, Lyrical Agonist. Goodbye, Santana Corner. Goodbye, Mythic Dreamweaver. Goodbye, Richie. Goodbye, Kitten Cat Aubrey. Goodbye, Holly Jolly. Justy Rose 99. Groove Dubber. The Pope of the Clown Town. Danny California. Peepo Kiss. Star of the Thera. Cold Clutch. Richard Loves Pandas. Backhoe. Richie. Insane Monster. Cozy Avatar. Key Lime 9. Wilmax 95. Tass. Whoa, it's me 778. Petitioning forever. Goodbye. Good night.